The truth behind illusion. When you are walking down a dark road, when you don't believe what you see, when your eyes deceive you and play tricks on you, when you see an unfamiliar face in the mirror, what do you do? The truth behind illusion.
Here we are.
Here
Here we are. Episode 15.
15.
So thank you guys for hanging out. If you already are in the chat, make sure you chat with us. We like when people talk to us.
Yes.
Just realized something's going on there. Got to do something. Hold on.
Oh my. The orbs. He's seen orbs flying around already.
Oh.
It's going. It's crazy. We have someone talking. He's double.
Autofocus. The autofocus is on the devil's face.
Oh. That's
Oh,
all right.
already getting in good with the Ouija
Spooky.
board.
Hey, Rish, what's going on?
Hi, Rich.
So right before
Rish.
the show started, we did a mass invite to the page, and we're
Yes.
up to. We started at 3. I think it was 200 or 300 people liked our like page,
Mhm.
and it is currently at, as of 9:09 right now, it's up to 612. So we're closing in on one.
I was hoping you were say 666.
Once it is, I'm shutting the page down.
So nobody else
Yeah.
can.
It's gonna be evil.
So we did make a post that we do have an announcement tonight when it comes regarding not just this show, but Not Cool in High School
The
and
network.
Tornado Tag in the network. The only show that's not going to be affected by this is going to be Interviews with Everyday People, because that show really happens when I get a guest,
Mhm.
and I don't really reach out to many people because it's been so hectic with the other shows that I really haven't had time, and I could only really book people one day of the week, and that would be like a Wednesday. So it was really hard to do that. As well as Bangin' Beers. Bangin' Beers is no show prep. We're not researching or trying to figure things out or doing that. And the whole show prep thing is kind of new too. We're still trying to figure that out also. So with that being said, there's personal things going on when it comes to COVID and life changes when it comes to work and stuff. So I am trying to figure out all that. And when that does come back, obviously it's going to be hard to manage a lot of things. So I want to set the standard now and get everyone ready and get that prepared, as well as I feel like it's really ambitious that we were doing so many shows every single day, every
Yeah.
single week. But I think from a listener standpoint, I think we were overwhelming. And I think it could have been an easy way to dismiss us and not give us a shot, because you're like, oh, they do a lot, but it's like you miss an episode, then you miss a second episode, and you're like, I
It's
want to go
hard
back
to catch up with
yeah, I
things.
want to listen to the last one, but I missed the one before, so it's really hard to stay current.
Mhm.
So the strategy to this would be, we're gonna do a show one show a week when it comes to those 3 shows. So Interviews with Everyday People, Not Cool in High School, and Tornado Tag Podcast. There's some benefits to this. Obviously, it is a con. I guess you're not getting as much content, but it gives us more time to prep for shows, so we can come more prepared.
Better quality.
Better quality.
Mhm.
Now we can add Bree to the show. So now we're
Yay!
not
Yay!
making Andy and Bree do multiple days.
Mhm.
Now when it comes to Not Cool in High School, Andy's back.
Yay.
So now we'll have Andy, Nikolai, Bree,
That's
and Tori and myself on the show. So now we have a full table.
When are we getting Nikolai on this show? Because he's the only one that we
Yeah.
come back.
And then for Tornado Tag, then we'll do that, because that's really not a weekly wrestling talk anymore. That's just stories. So even
Yeah.
if you're not into wrestling, I think the stories we talk about are interesting enough that you can check it out
Oh,
if you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to. So with that, so if and then So we'll do like the first week, second week, third week, and then whatever we kind of flip flop, we can be like, hey, maybe this show's gonna have 2 episodes this month, or a third, or if we go do something fancy on a weekend or a day, we can always sneak in another episode here or there. But for the most part, it's gonna be maybe 1 or 2 episodes a month. When it comes to the Thursdays, I think what we'll probably do is we'll flip flop between Not Cool and Truth, because me and Brian do a side thing with wrestling where we do on the weekends, we review an indie show. So that could be the second show and it not be on a Thursday. So every Thursday from starting next week, every Thursday at 9 o'clock will be one of those 3 shows. Tornado Tag, Not Cool in High School, or Truth Behind Illusion. And then this way, if you watch Truth Behind Illusion, now you have an entire couple weeks to listen till the new one comes out. And then we can all hang out more and do other shows together without doing so much at so much time. So
And there's more prep that other people can do if they want to end up being a guest on the podcast.
absolutely. So it kind of spaces things out more. It's going to be a lot less, like not less on me, but I have a little more time to then prep and then, get in, like do some personal stuff too. Cause I have, it is
Personal massager.
Yeah, it is very hard to maintain friendships and family and relationships with my wife and friends when you're just doing as much as we were doing.
Here's
Yeah.
some candy for her.
Yeah.
Here you go, Heidi.
The cool thing is like I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys as much as I did, but now we can all kind of do it together instead of splitting time between everybody.
Yeah.
Because
It's more of a cohesive network than it
Yeah.
is like clicks.
and we
We're all
hang out
together.
as a group outside of the podcast too. So
yeah.
it's kind of cool that we all work together and then we can do that
Yeah.
on the show
I
and
like
outside the
it.
show.
Somebody said love the show.
I like it too.
Aw,
Love the idea. I
I love
appreciate
the
it.
idea. Oh, okay. I thought it's the show.
Joey says he loves the idea, so that's cool. So not only can you watch this on YouTube, so I think we're getting close to the 500 mark. We're still trying to get that 1,000. So if you can help us out, go over to YouTube, subscribe. That'd be helpful.
Yep.
If you can go over to the Instagram or Twitter, spoiler alert, a lot of what we put on Twitter is just rehashed from Instagram because
Yeah.
it shares it on multiple platforms because it's hard to run all that.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
It's hard to look at your own personal if you have a couple accounts like that.
yeah, it's not easy. And then the other big news here is that being said, when it comes to the logos, I know we just got this banner, but
That's
it's
nice.
It's
It's nice.
beautiful,
Another giveaway.
but unfortunately, it's not current. I
No?
like to be current,
Yep.
and I don't want to leave Bree out. So Bree is getting what was going to
Her
be her guest
fairy.
logo.
Yes,
It's going
my
to be now
fairy
her show avatar. So
Yep.
she's officially a member of Truth Behind Illusion.
Yes, thank you,
Welcome,
everybody.
Bree.
So
Thank you.
she's gonna get her own. We're gonna get the 4 faces, like the Mount
Faces of
Rushmore,
death.
Yeah.
the Mount Rushmore of creepiness. But we also have a special logo that's coming that may be our main logo for a while,
Oh yeah.
which will be a Ouija board inspired episode because this is like the rebirth of the show.
Yep.
And then we'll do the same thing with Not Cool in High School with Andy back. We'll do a cast style logo. All of the other logos are going to be removed from the merch page. So you have till the end of this month to get whatever logos you want, because once they're gone, they're probably gone. Maybe we'll do, like, if enough people demand it, we'll bring back an old logo and do it for like a week or two, because we want to get rid of the old and bring out the new.
Yep.
We do have a new Bang and Beers logo coming, a new Tornado Tag logo coming, possibly a new Interviews with Everyday People logo. So a lot of really cool things happen. And so this is not just a show rebranding, but it's a network rebranding,
Yeah.
and it's cool because a lot of the network is carrying over with each other, and it's a lot of the same faces you're going to see on one show you're going to see on the other. Yeah,
Death to old ways and birth to new ideas.
yeah, and which is super exciting, and we really, really support everything that you guys have been doing for us and
Yes.
helping us out and buying merchandise and
Yeah,
sharing
so
the page.
grateful.
And super, super cool. Yeah. So with that being said, that's all the fun stuff out of the
Yeah,
way.
and if you're one of the 80 some people that just like the page, thank you.
Yeah,
You
Yes,
listen to
thank
it.
you,
If
everybody.
this is your first time checking out the page because you just got invited, welcome.
Yes,
Um,
welcome everybody.
Welcome.
We're gonna do a little bit of the way this show kind of works is we present a topic, we talk about the topic. Some of at the table are diehard believers. I may be looking at 2 of them now, and then the other 2 are open-minded skeptics. I think you would say, right?
It's a nice
I like
balance
some-
of the masculine and
you know,
feminine here. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yes.
So we want to believe, but then we also put logic to certain things. So we're not.
I lead with logic, but I believe everything too.
Yeah,
I
believes-
make my own logic.
She believes
I agree.
everything.
Everything.
So kind of actually one more thing before we move on to the topic. So the rest of this week's gonna go as normal. So tomorrow is Not Cool in High School. Wednesday, I'm not sure. I might have an interview for Interviews of the Day People. Thursday, Tornado Tag. Every Friday, still going to be Banging Beers. So if you enjoy Banging Beers, or you like beers or craft beers, and you want to watch a bunch of guys drink beer and be stupid, that's the show for you. Sometimes we sneak in Sunday episodes, so you can check that out. Banging Beers on Friday and Sundays. Then the next week is when this takes over. So next Thursday is going to be Not Cool in High School with the full cast. Then the following Thursday is going to be Tornado Tag Podcast. And then on Thanksgiving, now I know a lot of you aren't going to be able to watch it. You'll be with family. But I know a lot of you have to travel to go see family.
Yeah.
The audio will be up for you guys to check out. And if you want to go watch the video, you can do so. Where can you find the audio? Anywhere in the links below. So we have everything linked. Spotify, Google, iTunes, everything is there. Just search IWEP Network. We're actually, is it this weekend? Coming?
Weekend.
Next weekend?
Yep,
Next
next coming
weekend.
weekend.
Next
Oh,
com-
I
yeah.
thought it was
For
this
Gettysburg.
weekend.
The
Nope,
next-
next
yeah.
weekend.
No, next
Oh.
weekend.
Next coming weekend, we're going to Gettysburg. We're going to explore Gettysburg. We're not filming anything, but then we got an Airbnb house.
Yes.
Then we're going to go back to the house, and we're going to talk about Gettysburg and what we've learned and what we experienced while at Gettysburg, and we're going to release that episode on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
Airbnb always makes me think of breakfast or something.
I know,
I'm
same
like,
here,
Bacon and eggs.
So just a quick rundown what to expect this month. When it comes to what show is going to be what week, we're not sure yet when it comes to that, but we'll make
get
sure, because it gives us more time to prep and promote episodes too. So it's not just like, oh, bang, here's an episode.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
it's like, okay, here, okay, here, okay,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I am planning on bringing the Ouija board to Gettysburg
Oh
as well.
my.
And we're going to talk to
Come.
the
What if it
Coming
says
everywhere.
no Ouija boards allowed? Like
This-
Wayne's World, no
yeah.
stairway.
It's still coming. I'm a rule breaker. It's coming.
we're going to have the
Channeling the Civil War ghosts.
well, I think we're far enough away from the battlefield. I think the only thing we're going to talk to is dead Boy Scouts.
Oh my.
Well, then I'll talk to them, I guess. I'm sure there's some kind of ghost
Hi, my name's
activity
Harold. I lived a long, full, fulfilling life, and then I died. That's
I'm
all
just
I
out
really
here
have to talk
taking care
about.
of the chickens.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Harold.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
So, has anyone in the chat have you guys have any experiences or anything that you've encountered using a Ouija board?
Yes.
Let us know in the chat, and then I'm gonna pass that same question to you guys.
And I
you
have a
girls.
good opening article about when it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah,
do
I
a
mean,
little.
yeah.
Let's do a personal encounter
what I'm
first. So, when did you come across a Ouija board? What were your thoughts on it? What was the stigma behind it? All that stuff. We'll start with you.
Well,
Tori.
I grew up with my parents, my dad mostly being vehemently against Ouija boards because of
It's the devil.
he watched a lot of scary movies, The Exorcist, and he was just like anytime he doesn't even like looking at pictures of them.
Wow.
If they're on TV, he likes to change the channel. He doesn't like it.
Wow.
My mom's just kind of like, yeah, no. So it's like I grew up like very, very against it. And so like me being a kid, like when my friends would be like, want to bring out a Ouija board? I'd be like, no. Like, what do you think you're doing? And then I got into
We'll
high
end the world.
yeah, and then I got into late high school and I just didn't care about anything. So I would just like rip old pieces of cardboard and like make my own and be like, let's see who's here today. Just the angsty teen that I was. And now I'm just neutral to all kinds of divination. So
Yeah.
Did you ever see the meme where it's like kids playing a Ouija board, but they can't play another game? It's like summon demons, but you can't like play Monopoly.
yeah, exactly. That's funny.
What about you, Brie?
So the first time I remember using a Ouija board, I was at my friend's house for a sleepover, and I think we were in middle school, and it was a really fun experience. I hadn't used it before that. My family's all Christian, but they're not like, well, certain family members would be really against it because they are like strict Catholics. But my parents I wouldn't say they believe in it. Like they don't believe in it, but they're not like, I would say not like crazy against it. They would probably just say, yeah, that stuff isn't real, probably, don't believe in everything you hear, I would say that that's just an innocent game, don't get your hopes up. That's probably something along the lines my parents would say, but my other family members really freak out about it.
Take it out and burn it. Take it
Yep.
out and burn it.
Yep, that would be the rest of my Catholic family. We're all Lutherans, so we're not like super strict or anything.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
Lutheran.
Yeah. So that was my first time playing, and we did have a good experience. We were able to contact some spirits, talk with some spirits that time. So I had some good positive experience with channeling, different spirits and stuff. So
The
that was
house
my
didn't
first
burn
time.
down.
Nope. You know, it was alive and well. That
You-
house lasted a long
You
time.
didn't do inappropriate things with crucifixes. or-
Yeah.
No.
Or the,
So Bree's
No.
such a like the purest human being, and then I always like just kind of push her closer and closer to the edge. Heidi's been going back and listening to episodes, and like the last two you were on, like the last one you were on, and not cool, and she's just like she's like, oh my god, Bree is gonna fucking hate you. You gotta stop messing with her.
It was whenever last time
Oh,
we were
no.
talking about like khaki shorts,
Oh,
and you were
yeah,
just
the
like, "I
khaki-
will burn all of the khaki shorts," and she thought that was the funniest thing in the whole world.
It's because like
Oh.
personality wise, I think when it comes to what we're into the same things. But like
Yes.
personality wise, like we're different personalities, but
Yes.
we do mesh very well.
I
Like,
agree.
Yeah.
They're sweet and kind and bold and brash.
Yeah.
Bold and brash.
Yeah. Either she's gonna quit the show or she's gonna love me.
No,
She's
I'm
still
still
here.
here.
Yeah,
Been
she's-
here a while
For
now.
now.
No, I'm pretty good. I get along with like mostly everybody. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
What about you, Annie?
I never used one. I never
Really?
even seen anyone use one. I remember
He's
some
a
kid
virgin.
told me when I was young
here we
about
go.
it, and I thought it was like a CB. And I'm like, well, how far does it go? And he goes, it goes everywhere. I'm like, what, like states or something? And he's like, no, it goes like to heaven and hell. I was like, what? I was like,
We're
there's no electronic thing that does that. And he's
like,
like,
we're
no,
talking
it's
about
like,
two completely different
yeah.
things.
And then he explained it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? So like, yeah, I don't.
So I grew up with a group of kids in Monty City, and we called ourselves the SSGI, which is the Spruce Street Gang Incorporated.
Shut the fuck up.
The gang actually went public.
What does that mean?
Gang went public and
It
it
was
had
a
some
gang.
stock.
That was
It was
just
a
that was just the
gang.
street that most of the people that lived on, and I was the street below it.
Oh,
And I would go up to the street and hang out. I was one of the only boys in the group,
no.
Oh.
my.
and we were always into like
The sexy street
Yeah.
incorporated gang.
it
Change
was
that
a
name.
it was a very sexy street. Every girl who was my friend growing up all turned out to be very, very attractive, beautiful women, and they're
Aw.
great people. They're great people.
Aw.
But
I don't know about that now, but one
but that was our crew, and one of the things that we like to do as a crew was just explore. So
Be spooky.
we would try to explore like houses or the creepy things in the woods,
I
and
think a lot, like most kids want to do that.
yeah,
explore
we
things, you know, not
explored
necessarily-
graveyards at 3:00 in the morning. We
Oh.
would
Oh,
try to
I would do
we
that
would
all
try to
the
purposely
time.
stay out past curfews, and the cops chase us around or
Sons of
play.
bitches.
Jailbreak was a big game for us.
Wow.
But yeah, we've played with the Ouija board a few times and stuff like that. And we were like, we didn't realize how much we were into supernatural paranormal stuff. Like, remember how I talked about we would like say like, oh, at 12 o'clock we'd all look at the moon and
Yeah, that's such a cute
yeah.
idea. Guys,
Yeah.
let's do that. I
Like,
want to do that.
yeah, it
Every midnight, we want to stand outside and look at the moon.
yeah.
So we're
So
all
cute.
looking at the same.
Let's see what we
moon at
know.
the
Your mom
same
said hi,
time.
and then
Hi, Mom.
Billy
Trey said
Billy
hi.
Trey's
Hi,
laughing
Mom.
at me.
Hi, Billy.
oh, well, he's still eating pizza.
Yeah, we went to the Ren Fair and we went to eat afterwards. And if you don't know who Billy is, go back and watch Bangin' Beers where he
You went
gets
to eat afterwards at a place that has all kinds of unique food.
yeah, he got a buffalo chicken pizza, which is like as thick as lasagna. And little Billy's like, instead of getting
Little Billy.
everyone orders like a slice, and Billy's like, I'll take a pie.
He's about 5'6", 100 pounds.
Yeah, with his hoodie on
Yeah.
and backpack.
I love you, Billy.
But yeah, so we played Ouija boards and stuff, and I was into it, but I was also me, so
Yep,
I may have
uh-huh.
pushed it sometimes.
You're like, oh,
Yeah, like, is this a devil?
F U C. Oh.
What do you like, ghost? B
Yeah.
O O
O
B's.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, So I'm
my
here
God,
to.
his ghost is a perv.
I'm here to admit, as we were kids, I 100% pushed the Ouija.
I'm
board.
sure a lot of kids
Yeah.
do.
I did.
My friend and I did not, and we were still successful. So I just want to throw that
Yeah.
out there.
I've heard some people that do it
Throwing
and
it
then
out
it
there.
just goes. It's like gibberish. It just goes around like it moves around, but doesn't really go to anything. Like doesn't answer questions. It's like moves, but doesn't.
If it's legit
It's
moving,
circles.
then I would say, all right, some shit's going down
Yeah.
there.
So I'm
but-
telling you right now, if I find out that you're pushing it, I'm just gonna like knock
I'm
your
push
your
you.
knee under the table with
Yeah.
my foot. I'm just gonna knock you out.
We're busy burning up the khakis.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Andy. If you have-
Okay, so here we go. I got this. This is from the Smithsonian, so they know their shit.
Oh.
In February of 1891, the first few advertisements started appearing in papers. Ouija, the wonderful talking board, boomed a
Ooh.
Pittsburgh toy and novelty shop, describing a magical device that answered questions about the past, present, and future with marvelous accuracy, and promise never failing amusement and recreation for all the classes. So you'd be high class, you'd be low class and play this. A link between the known and the unknown, the material and the immaterial. Another advertisement New York paper declared it interesting and mysterious and testified as proven at patent office before it was allowed. And the price for the first Ouija board, $1.50.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's back when
yeah.
they were wood and they were something. Like I said earlier, the Milton Bradley one, 100% bullshit. But
Yeah.
maybe a wood one that's like made of oak that comes from somewhere and a nice fancy planchette that maybe a witch put a little spell on. Maybe.
Maybe.
You know?
At least you're
You're
halfway
not
there.
feeling the factory made
No,
plastic.
I don't think Milton Bradley knows anything about talking to ghosts.
You don't like my Stranger
Yeah.
Things Ouija board? I'm very offended right now.
We'll just turn all the spirits onto him.
Yeah,
It's
like-
okay.
Please
So if
go
you have-
talk to Andy.
So just kind of if you're living under a rock or have no idea what a Ouija board
describe
is.
what it looks like?
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I have that too.
it's also known as a spirit board or a talking board. It's a flat board marked with letters of the alphabet and the numbers 0 to 9 and the words yes, no, and occasionally hello and goodbye along with various symbols and graphics. It uses a planchette, which is a small heart-shaped piece of wood or plastic,
Teardrop.
as a movable indicator to spell out the messages during a seance. Participants place their fingers upon the planchette and it's moved about the board to spell out words. Ouija is a trademark of Hasbro, but is often generically to refer to as the talking board.
Yeah, so that's why if you like the supernatural one might not be Hasbro, so that's why it's not called a Ouija board. Like
Yeah.
the Aviron's a spectral board because they can't. Hasbro has Ouija copyright.
Ouija
Yeah.
is
Even the name
yeah.
Ouija kind of
Yeah.
has.
This has a funny. It's like this is a funny line. It says the people would sit around the board, place their fingertips on the planchette, pose a question, and watch dumbfounded as the planchette moved from letter to letter, spelling out answers seemingly of its own accord.
Whoa, what?
The biggest
So
difference
amazing.
is the materials. The board is now usually cardboard rather than wood. The
Yes.
planchette is plastic.
Yes.
See what we have here.
It actually had been proven to work at the patent office before its patent was allowed to proceed. And today, even psychologists believe that it may offer a link between the known and the unknown.
Wow.
Truth behind illusion.
Oh wow, I got a ton of history.
Dun,
here.
dun,
I
dun, dun,
mean, you
dun.
can go what you've got because there's a lot
So
of stuff here.
real quick, we will definitely bring this up real quick. So, paranormal and supernatural beliefs associated with the Ouija board have been criticized by the scientific community and are characterized as pseudoscience. The action of the board can be explained by the unconscious movements of those controlling the pointer as a psychological phenomenon known as the idomotor. Am I saying that right? The idomotor effect. I suck at words.
Oh, I have that
Odometer?
article too. Yeah.
Odometer?
Yeah,
Odometer,
odometer.
the odometer effect. So pretty
yeah.
much what the odometer effect is even if you're not moving the planchette, you can your body is subconsciously still moving it. And then when you have enough people, because the one thing I will agree with when it comes to the human mind and the power of spirituality and the power of that, I believe there is energy that we give off. And then if you get enough people who concentrate on something, things can happen, right?
It's the intention and the magnets
yes.
of thought
Yeah,
and energy.
the- if the
Everyone says
intention-
some of this is magnets. It reminds me of that stupid ICP thing. Magnets? How the hell do they work? I think it's how the fuck they work. or
So
whatever.
I feel like, and the way they describe it is, most people when they start playing it, their first question is there a ghost here, or is there someone
what
with
if it
us?
goes?
Yes,
no.
usually.
All
Right.
right. Well,
Well, it's been real, guys. See you later.
It said no,
Lies.
so it's out of here, right? So now everyone at the table wants to believe something's going to communicate with them, so they're all psychologically saying like, oh, we hope this goes to yes. So without even moving it, what this effect is you're actually, without even your muscles realizing they're moving or doing anything, you are controlling it without controlling it, even if you don't think you are. Now, the supernatural side of that would be like, yes, there is an effect that is a legit thing, but it's the spiritual world doing it for you.
yeah. And like I said earlier, I think the muscle thing's more bullshit than a ghost talking.
Well,
I agree. I think it's all ghosts.
yeah, the muscle thing is
Because the guy had I can read from that article. And like when you spring awake when you're sleeping, he compared it to that.
well the other thing
would
that people
feel it.
compare it to is the rods.
Dowsing rods.
Dosing rods, and then the thing that people use to find water, like the pendulum things.
Yeah.
So if you get a piece of rope and put something heavy on the end of it, it doesn't have to, it could be a ring, anything. And if you hold your arm straight out and put your hand under the ring, and then what people would do as well is they say, if there's a ghost here, rock this back and forth for yes, and then circular motions for no. And then if you think hard enough that you want that to swing, you can, without even moving anything, you can get that to swing.
yeah.
And if you in your mind say, okay, I want that to start spinning, and you think hard, and if you concentrate and think spin, you can get it to spin.
But isn't that almost telekinesis?
Yes.
to
Or
an-
the force.
Yeah.
Yep.
kind of.
So if
It
I
is.
could do that, I'm fucking doing that every day.
Well,
to the
it's-
point where I can
it's-
pick up a car.
It's like that whole idea of we're only using like a small percent of our brain.
Yeah.
And then the idea of the other percent of our brain is hatching into abilities that we supposedly don't have.
I have
So
telekinesis,
Yeah.
man.
So
Hell
Sharon
yeah.
said her mom had a wooden board. Bree is giving us rock fingers. I like that. And then Steve from Beer You Are podcast saying holla. So
hello.
if you guys are watching, if you have any Ouija board experiences, type them out. Let us know about it. Or
Yes,
do you,
thank
we'd
you,
love to hear
guys.
or
them.
we could
We'd
do
love
just
to
yes
hear
or no
them.
thing. Do you believe in Ouija board? Yes or no?
Yes,
Let's
that's a
talk
good
to
one.
them like they are a Ouija board.
Yeah.
What?
It's like,
Guys,
all right.
what do you feel about this? So
And this is random. Does anybody want to try the ring thing just to prove, see if it actually works?
I was gonna get like
Ooh.
string and stuff, but I don't have it.
Because I have, you can use one of mine.
I
with
just
your
don't have
rings.
the yarn or whatever to do it. But we can definitely do an
Do you want to use
experiment
my
after.
necklace?
After I think after we wrap, we'll do something and
Okay.
figure it out.
Okay.
'Cause right now we're not. I don't want to go too late.
Okay.
So yeah. So it was the idea of the Ouija board. I'm just kind of going off what I've learned. If you
Mhm.
guys have it in your notes and have the actual thing, you can pull it up. But so the Ouija board has been around for. I think they first traced it back to China or like.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Yep, I
Yeah.
have that
It was
here.
used in China,
Mhm.
and then it was used throughout the world. And then
Yes.
once it kind of hit America, because we have a patent office and we
In
figure things out,
1848.
they
1848,
kind of
good
looked
year.
at it and said, "Oh boy, we can do this talking board and make money off it."
Mhm.
And it was kind of thought up of because these spiritual people, were using it to try to help people grieve during, I believe, the Civil War.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, the Civil War.
So Gettysburg, how about that?
Yep.
So it really started hitting in America around the Civil War time because people were using it to talk to dead relatives or dead lost people in the war.
Wow.
And then
There's actually a Ouija historian named Robert Murch who has
Yeah.
been researching the story of the board since '92.
yeah,
I assume he's still alive, so that's a long time, like 30 years.
Mhm.
and then they end up finding people start putting a patent on it, and then they got the patent, and then another person made a patent, but the one patent got picked up and sold more than the other. So then but they didn't. I guess they didn't have as big enough company behind them. So then that ended up being the Hasbro buying the
Yeah.
rights to it.
Mhm.
The name Ouija is. There's a lot of different theories behind that as
Mhm.
well. Some people think it's the yes and no in German together. I think we and then
I thought we's French.
We's French.
I
uh,
also have it means good luck in ancient Egyptian.
German would be
Yeah.
9.
something.
I don't know what yes is. in
Yes
German.
is ja, I think.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. I
And the
think it's-
9.
I
yeah,
don't know.
I don't know, something with German or something like that. Then they said that a woman was using the board and asked the board what they wanted its name to be.
Come on.
Then there
Excuse
was
me, board.
Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah.
But then there was another one where a woman said she was
That's
talking
funny.
to a spirit, and she had a locket of a woman, and inside it was Ouija. Her name was Ouija or something like that, and then they just
Oh,
mispronounced it and then
interesting.
named it Ouija. And then the other theory is the people who patented it just wanted to think of something that sounded Egyptian and creepy,
You know that
And
I
th-
would be
and
more
then
willing
they
to do that one.
said it meant good luck.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm more, especially after it came to America, where we like to steal things and patent it and make money off of it. That sounds more.
Yeah.
That sounds more toy store
Yeah.
company.
So yeah,
thing.
they wanted to make it as creepy as possible, but they also wanted, because they know the Egyptian and the theories of all creation started in Egypt, and they wanted to make it sound something similar to that. But then they said it means good luck, and then
yeah, it's fine.
and then we didn't have the internet back then.
It
and
means
So everyone was
ass.
just kind of like,
so Jim's
Yeah.
like, he said it's from Egypt. I don't know.
it means ass.
Read all about it, Ouija board.
I like this guy's line. He has, no one really knew anything about its origins. For such an iconic thing that strikes both fear and wonder in American culture, how can no one know where it came from?
Well, that's the thing too. So when it was first created, there was zero fear behind it.
Well, yeah, because no one knew.
Yeah,
know?
and it was kind of used as a dating thing. So a lot of guys would buy it for their
Ugh.
girls and be like, "Hey,
Hey,
bud,
darling.
I got you a Ouija
Well,
board."
me and Margaret
Wanna
go
talk to-
steady.
Yeah. Well, the theory behind it was
Want to
is
talk to your
that
great grandmother?
Yeah.
you have to be very close to one another.
Okay.
You're-
Oh,
you're-
the couple
you're-
uses it.
It's like a couple thing. So
Mm.
your hands and your
Aw.
fingers will be close to each other, and your
So you're
knees
connected in the
your
spiritual
knees may
world.
rub or your thighs may rub
Oh,
together.
Someone else
so,
may rub if you.
yeah. So it was a way of encouraging couples to play it.
See, I didn't know that. Wow.
I
To
didn't know that
bring
either.
you
Yeah, I
closer
come across
together and
that.
make that physical
Mm.
connection without being physical.
And then the house burns down.
Yep.
And then she
Yep.
turns into a demon.
Yeah.
Yep. Her eyes
And
go
a
black.
succubus. Yeah.
She was a succubus the whole time.
I got in trouble with calling Heidi a succubus. She's starting to catch up and listen to the show, so she heard that.
It's not a bad thing.
She comes home from work. She goes,
I can't believe you said I'm a succubus.
I'm like,
With her little voice.
stop listening to the show.
Stop being so damn supportive.
Trying
Yeah.
to support
Go eat
you.
your candy. And go to bed.
Go eat your
Really goes
candy
to
with
bed.
our dog.
Um,
I
Love
have,
you, Heidi.
That they also used it for necromancy in ancient China here.
Yep.
I can
I
believe
thought that was interesting. I
Yeah.
thought that was very interesting.
so Rich says, Breed knows about my Ouija board experience.
I was going to ask her if she wanted to talk about that. Should I bring it up, Rish?
Yeah, you can tell your story. I believe it works best when facing each other when knees are touching. Sharon from Blackwood said, which quick plug, Sharon. Farlow's Subs in Pottsville
Oh, hell yeah.
is the greatest place to get subs
They
in
do
the
Yeah,
area.
even if they were assholes,
They have
they
good
make good sandwiches.
Yeah.
They do
Well,
make
they're
good subs.
definitely not assholes, and
Yeah,
they're huge
that's true.
wrestling fans, and they love us,
Yeah.
and we love them. So
Aw.
go-
And like some old idiot guy said when I was talking on the Charlie's page, he's like, their subs are too big and it's too much meat. They're hard to eat.
I can't get my old
Can't
mouth
get my
around it.
dentures
If I-
around it.
If I was in my post, like, too much meat, that's not a bad thing.
It just lasts multiple
Yeah.
days.
Go
that's all.
home, pop up. Log off.
Here's how I found. So me and
It's too
Fulton
much
during
meat.
my stint of working Monday through Thursday and having every weekend off, and I never see my wife for every weekend for like 2 years. Me and Fulton would party Thursday night because neither one of us had work Friday. Then we'd wake up and go get food and watch pro wrestling the whole time. So the one time we're all sitting like, where do we go eat? So then that's when like the what is it, the Reader's Digest or the
Reader's Digest.
the Readers thing is like the
Yeah.
Readers voting
Yes,
awards,
they do.
and they
Mhm.
said best place to get a sub in Pottsville.
Oh,
And
yep.
Farlow's Deli commented and said Subway. And I said, I don't know what this Farlow's is, but that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. So
Subway.
we went to Farlow's instead of Subway, and it was the clear better choice.
Yeah.
And then we went
Holy
for like
shit,
a
that's
couple.
funny.
We went for a couple times, like a couple weeks, and then they're like, "What are you guys doing today?" And we started making friends with them and stuff. And we're like, "Oh, we're actually gonna go to the subs," and then we go back to his house and we watch wrestling. And that was enough for Jeff. Jeff was like, "You guys like wrestling?" And then
Best friends.
it was like, "Do you want to go do karate in the garage?"
That's awesome.
Yup.
Yeah.
We
And
just
then
become best friends. Yup.
it would get to the point where Sharon would be like, "Guys, no talking this time. We are really busy.
Yeah.
You can't distract him."
That's so sweet.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you could tell the wrist story real quick. That was a good one. I like that story.
Rich story. I don't
Okay,
know this one. I
so,
don't know this.
So this is really funny. So Rish and I and my friend, and our friend actually, not just my friend, our friend Val, we decided to last Halloween go to a certain cemetery that will remain unnamed because I just don't want to say it, and use this Ouija board that I'm going to break out in a little bit, just to like call some spirits and things. So we were calling these spirits, and we heard these noises, and we were like, "What is going on?
Uh-oh.
What is going on?" So Rish
Rish's
and Val.
pants are already wet.
Yeah.
She just pissed her pants.
They take off and they just leave me with my Ouija board.
Yeah.
That's nice of 'em.
Rich said she bolted.
They did. They just
And then,
bolted.
and then I guess Val left, and Bree's just like
So it's kind of.
slowly putting the board
So
back
I
in
am.
the box.
I imagine
I'm
it's
so-
scary noise. It wasn't like
It was like really.
people banging or something.
Yeah, no, it was like
Like,
really
well,
like scary. You didn't know what it was. I mean, I
might as well
wasn't.
look.
I wasn't scared. I'm just like trying to get my Ouija board pieces together, put it away the right way. You have to put the Ouija board. We'll go over it later. You have to
Yeah.
put
Meanwhile,
the Ouija board
They're in
together.
the car already.
Yeah. They basically were. I'm just like hanging out in this like cemetery by myself, just like putting my shit back in. And then
the ghost coming. Bree's just like, that's okay. That's all right.
I'm
You're
so
all fine.
yeah, so I just like put it all back in, and then I caught up to them. And here it's just Rish and Val's husbands, Andy and John, playing a prank on us on Halloween. And
They
it was
snuck up. They
hilarious.
snuck up through the woods and came through the back way of the
Those
cemetery.
That's funny.
assholes. That's so
That's
funny.
what
Rich,
it was.
Rich said out of the corner of her eye, she's seen a black shadow dart across two
Mhm.
tombstones, and
I'd
she
be
just said,
dead.
"No warning." She just got up and ran.
they did. I didn't even see them. I'm just like, well, I'm
That's
just
fucking
gonna pick up
hilarious.
my board and my pieces right here. It was really funny. It was a great prank. One
That's
of the best
really, really
pranks ever.
funny.
But yeah, I wasn't scared. I was more concerned about my Ouija
Yeah.
board.
Guys, we gotta close the circle.
Because
Yeah.
you can't bring any like attended to spirits with you.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll
Yeah.
talk about
So,
that. Yeah.
Rich said I saw a little person between the graves and said there's someone here
She
and
did.
fucking booked it.
She did. She's like really fast. Her
Her
and
little
Val.
legs
Yeah.
whoop, ran right out of there. I did catch up to them eventually, but I didn't know where they went.
I see them running and Bree just walking.
Yeah.
Yep, with my board.
I got it, guys.
Not leaving this Ouija board here, guys. Not doing
You have to
it.
pay for it. My God.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's somebody
so
else's.
funny.
Yeah,
If you guys
exactly.
are here and haven't done so already, please hit that share button and
Yeah.
share. A lot of people are sharing it to the group page.
Mhm.
Share it to the timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We already
Share it
shared
to the group page.
We,
don't
we
worry.
already
We got
shared,
it covered.
We got the group page taken care of. So share it to your timeline so then
So
your
your
friends
people
can
can see
see
it.
that this podcast
Yeah,
exists and
your
help us
son's a
out.
bitch indeed.
And make sure you hit that thumbs up button too. There should be a follow too if it's your first time
Mhm.
watching. You hit the follow button and help us out.
Mhm.
And if it's your
Um,
first time following, let us know.
Yeah, tell if it's
Yeah.
your first time listening to the podcast and tell us what you think about it. Yeah. So what else? What else you have with the Ouija board there, Andy?
Okay, so it said that even Lincoln's wife, Mary
Mhm.
Todd Lincoln, used the. She conducted seances in the White House because their 11-year-old son died of a fever in 1862 during the Civil War. So they're saying she used it to try to contact her son. Her son. It was real big during the Civil War too.
Oh, yeah.
apparently. And it hit hard in America in 1848 with the sudden prominence of the Fox sisters in upstate New York. The Foxes claimed to receive messages from spirits who rapped on the walls in answer to questions. So that I did that. And let me see here. Spiritualism reached millions of adherents at its peak in the second half of the 19th century. Spiritualism worked for Americans. It was compatible with Christian dogma, meaning one could hold a seance on Saturday night and have no qualms about going to church the next day. It was an acceptable, even wholesome activity
Very
to contact
wholesome.
spirits at seances, though automatic writing or table turning parties in which participants would place their hands on a small table and watch it begin to shake and rattle while they all declared that they weren't moving it.
Oh, that's cool. I do automatic writing.
So
And here we go. The movement also offered solace in the era when the average lifespan was less than 50. Women died in childbirth, children died of disease, and men died in war. So there you go.
So
There's a
the
lot of
theory
death.
the theory
Wholesome.
behind the table shaking too, they also chalk up to that theory of you can subconsciously do things. But is it if you have enough people around the table and you're putting all your energy in moving the planchette and then someone gets freaked out and they maybe start rocking the table or the table start like they're rocking the table, don't really doing it, and then everyone else realizes it starts rocking and they're holding the table trying to get it to stop rocking, but subconsciously because their brain's already in this thing where they're now in a state of fear that they're trying to stop the table from shaking, but they're actually transferring the energy and they're all shaking the table as well.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of the like how science and a lot of people were saying like would chalk that up to it. Is
That's
it
kinda
true?
like-
Is it not true? Who knows?
Yeah, and that's kind of like almost like the poltergeist theory too, where it's like enough people concentrating that much like fear or like expectant energy,
Yeah.
and that energy not knowing
So
where to go.
so that's one of the things too, and I don't want to disprove ghosts or say they're not real or anything, but I think when you go into a place that's haunted, or you go into a place, or even if you think your house is haunted, I think if you feed enough energy into
oh
something,
God, yeah, it's all energy.
you can definitely make things happen or maybe play tricks on your mind or see things that you may not even think are legit
That's
there.
the theory behind Slender Man. Enough
Yeah.
people believed it, it became real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So real quick, I have businessman Elijah Bond had the idea to
Yes.
patent a planchette sold with a board which alphabetical was printed on it, much like the previously existing talking boards that Bond filed for on May 28th, 1890. A patent protection thus created for the invention of the Ouija board issued on the date of the patent was February 10th, 1891. He received the U.S. patent, and Bond was an attorney and was the inventor of objects in addition to this device. An employee of Elijah Bond, William Flood, took over the talking board production in 1901, and he started the production on his own under the name Ouija. Charles Kennard, the founder of the novelty company which manufactures fluids boards, where he worked as a varnisher, claimed that he learned the name Ouija was using the board, and it was an ancient Egyptian word meaning good luck. When Fluid took over the production of the boards, he popularized the more widely accepted name and became the contribution of the French and the German words for yes.
That's what it says here. I found it. It says Ouija is not a combination of the French for yes, which is we, and the German ja, which is ja. So based on his research, it was the Bond sister-in-law Helen Peters, who was a strong medium, they said, who supplied the now instantly recognizable handle. Sitting around the table, they asked the board what they should call it. The name Ouija came through, and when they asked what that meant, the board replied, "Good luck, eerie encrypted." But for the fact that Peters acknowledged that she was wearing a locket bearing the picture of a woman with the name
There it
Ouija.
is.
So that's what you said before.
Yeah.
And that story emerged from the Ouija's founder letters. It's very possible that the woman in the locket was famous author and popular women's rights activist Ouida, so Ouida, whom Peters admired and said that Ouija was just a misreading of that.
So here's a cool thing that I found out with the Ouija board too. I don't know if you have this in your notes, but Ouija boards have been the source of inspiration for literary works.
That's what I have
Used
too.
as guidance for writing forms as channeling in literary works, and as a result, Ouija boards became popular in the early 20th century. By 1920, many psychic books were written in various quantities, often using the use of the Ouija board. A woman named Emily Grant Hutchinson claimed that her novel, Jap Hurin, a novel written
my.
from the Ouija board, was dictated by Mark Twain's spirit through the uses of the Ouija board after his death. So she, and I know they're giving her credit for just one book, but she would actually take the Ouija board on the road and then go to like places and in front of crowds write these books. Now,
That's actually really cool.
the research on her, she wasn't very literate, and she wasn't a very good speaker or writer, but she was just repeating what she was getting from the board, and she wrote a bunch of different books through this spirit's name, and she gave all the credit to the board and to the spirit she was supposedly channeling, and wrote
love that.
numerous books based on just using her Ouija
That's
board.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a few other people here
Go ahead.
too. I have Pearl Curran. She's also, actually somebody who was kind of
That's the girl I'm talking about, Pearl.
yeah,
yes.
Pearl.
Yeah.
She wrote through that
Good old
patient
Pearl.
that patient's worth.
Yeah,
is
that was
name of
that was the name
spirit.
of the spirit, Patience Worth.
Yep,
Oh.
and Mark Twain's
name is
associated with
that?
it, like you said.
Yep.
William
Mark,
Butler.
Mark Twain
Family's-
said, Huckleberry Finn too.
Change my book
Yeah.
later on when the word becomes offensive.
Yeah.
Just call him Jim.
But it won't be for a while.
Go ahead.
That's okay. Yeah, we have William Butler Yeats' later poetry. Jane Roberts and Robert.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, and Robert Butt's poetry.
Could you imagine how
Also-
long, real quick, do you imagine how long it would fucking take
Yeah.
to write a novel? You're like,
A lot.
And to do a
help-
show?
someone help me.
Yeah.
U. There's no period, so just assume that it's.
Yeah, like
Probably a long
like,
time.
to write one
So
sentence.
long.
That's not very entertaining. Like unless you're
No.
like, oh, what's going on there? Like if the audience is like,
3 hours later.
and it's a T. Oh, who would pay to see that? I know there was nothing to do back then. But
And it's a
seriously,
T.
But there was a lot of interpretation too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Interesting.
And also a James Merle and David and Jackson.
One of my favorite people that I would love to do a topic on this show very soon, Aleister Crowley.
Oh, what
yeah,
an
he-
asshole.
Yeah,
What
he
an
came up a lot.
asshole.
I
I
agree.
hate him. He's such a dick.
He had a great admiration for the use of the Ouija board.
Yeah,
He played
he
it,
did.
played it, and passing role of his magical workings. Jane Wolfe, who lived with Crowley at the Abbey of Thenemin, or Thema, used the Ouija board. She credits some of her greatest spiritual communications to use of this implement. Crowley also discussed the Ouija board with another student, and most advent of them is Frater Atched. Is frequently mentioned in his unpublished letters in 1917, where the board and the means of summoning angels as opposed to elementals in one letter Crowley told Jones.
Michael.
Just one thing about Crowley, because I love throwing this in people's faces. At the end of his life, he regretted everything.
Really?
So fuck you. I hate Aleister Crowley.
But he got an Ozzy song out of it. so-
I only heard his name. I don't actually really know who he is.
He got an Ozzy song. Led Zeppelin bought his house and his land.
He was supposed to like to be this big occult guy that like dabbled in black magic.
Yeah, he was. He's
Oh.
like the head guy in like the 20s, 30s, whatnot, like in the very early beginning, and he dabbled in a lot of just like the dark arts and kind of the idea of like the chaos theory, where it's just like if you can take advantage of somebody, you should.
Yeah, which
Oh,
is
that's
not.
not
Yeah,
nice.
that's,
Yeah,
I'm not saying
I
I
mean-
like him. I'm just
That's not
interested by
nice.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's why Alistair's always like the name for like dark characters, like
Mm.
Alistair
Yes,
Black.
I did hear that
Yeah.
something
He's
was
such
not
a
right about
dick.
him. I just didn't know
And I
what.
think he might be in like H.P. Lovecraft stuff. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
I'm sure he's
Yeah.
he's been referenced everywhere. I
Other
mean,
people tie them
there was a
together.
lot of stuff that he did that I do believe happened, but I do believe that it's one of those things where it's like Ouija boards, tarot cards. It's like it's a neutral object,
Mhm.
and you can use it however you want.
Yeah.
And so he saw it because the human being is able to do things. Then go ahead. If you want to literally, like they would say, like out like his mansion and whatnot, there would just be like people running naked, just like slitting animals' throats and just like
Oh,
taking
God.
advantage of children because if you can't, if you are given the ability to,
Yeah.
go ahead
Yeah.
and use that energy however you want to.
Mm.
Once
That's
again,
terrible.
using stuff and taking it in
Yes.
every form of religion or good, evil.
It was
is
like,
Oh,
taken-
yeah.
It was like a cult too.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Very interesting. But
It's very interesting.
I'm
lot
very
of
interested
music
by
especially especially he was one of the earliest people that actually channeled an ET named Lamb.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lamb.
Yep, LAM.
Just like the Christian Crusades interest me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
very interesting.
horrible. The church never says anything about that. Yeah.
No.
Hey, believe this or we'll kill you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're like, Christianity just took over the world.
Yeah.
with
they
no,
just-
I'm like,
you know, everyone just liked it.
yeah, they're just super into
We
it.
didn't like threaten to kill him or nothing.
Yeah. Chinese people are like, well, do whatever you say.
Yeah.
Just please,
Fine,
God.
fine.
Oh,
Hallelujah.
Oh my God,
My
Jesus.
God.
Yeah, sorry, that's the devil speaking.
I was gonna say, I was just like, he was possessed. That'll get you cleared from anything. We'll just be like,
So-
he was
You're
possessed.
demon possessed. I'm gonna
So-
do that guy that Howard does.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name? Roberts. He's an old time preacher guy, and he always blames everything on like demons. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
the not to go on a
Is
tangent.
it the Corona guy?
No, not
Where
him.
He expels it. And he's
You will never come back. No, not him.
I love it.
Pat Roberts, his name is,
Oh,
and he's
okay.
real old. He's almost dead, but he's basically just a huckster that gets money out of idiot people that
Mhm.
are Christians. And he said
Joel
something that's like
Osteen.
yes. And someone asked him a question. Said, my son has a stomach ache that won't go away. And he's like, well, it's probably
The old stomach
it's
demon.
well, he has stomach problems because there's probably I don't know your religion or his religion, but I would say there's probably a demon
that voice.
that is getting in there and making his stomach hurt.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's not like, no, he just like ate a shit ton of candy.
Yeah, the wildfires are because of all the gays. And that's like,
That's what they
it's
say.
true. If you
That's
listen to
what they
Pat
say.
Roberts, he's horrible.
I
But
don't know, I
people,
wanna
I
listen
think-
to him.
wasn't
people
he-
give him
No,
money.
thank you.
Wasn't he the guy that said the reason that New Orleans got
It's my
flooded
fault.
because it was the most sinful town?
Yeah, and there was another one too. It was the reason because the wildfires is because of all the people. That,
Oh, because
that-
California's very liberal, and they
And-
were very, and they
and they
accepted
don't-
gay rights
and they
stuff.
They won't
awful.
say kind words about our president. Now I spoke to the Lord, and Lord told me that the president will get reelected, but by all means go out and vote. I was like,
What?
I love
listen
it.
to Pat Roberts.
That's incredible.
Tell you.
I love
Let's do an
church.
episode on Pat
Yeah.
Roberts next
We
time.
should,
One of
we
we
should.
should.
The other guy's name, I forget his name. I'll think of
The other
it.
guy was just
It's
like,
like-
we expel
COVID-19.
COVID-19. He's got like the crazy
I'll
eyes.
blow you away.
Oh,
with
I
the
heard
wind of
about that
God.
guy. I heard about that guy. I was
I think
like,
you have a
okay,
new-
buddy.
Yeah,
You have a new
I would
wrestling-
love to be
That should be your new wrestling gimmick.
a southern televangelist.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd
That
be
should
so
be your
great.
new
That
wrestling
is so
gimmick.
good. Holy shit.
Come out
that's
with a
so
white
fun.
suit and everything, white
Yes.
blue suit.
Have people come out
Have my
with
ministries.
you. Like,
Yeah,
have a ministry,
you
and
need
then-
that guy with like the towel. Go
Yes.
on, go ahead, amen, amen.
and
Here's your
then
towel.
he takes your your
You have to
your
expel
jacket off
people's
for
Yeah.
you.
you expel people's
There-
demons.
there was
and
a-
their COVID. And
There's
their
like-
COVID.
there was
with
a
the
guy
winds of
named,
whatever.
His name was Gino Jennings, and he was a black preacher from Philly. And he was so wild. He took a statue of the Virgin Mary and smashed it with a hammer. I'm like, what?
Why?
I
What did
remember my one
Mary
friend
ever
recorded
do?
it. I was like, what does this have to do with anything?
What did Mary have to
And
do?
he
Mary?
said way out
Nothing,
there
nothing.
stuff.
Mary did not do
I
anything.
love Mary.
Way out. He's
But
like,
yeah.
gay man coming here, he won't be a gay man for long. I'll tell you that much. I was like, what?
That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, what is that? Like, oh Jesus! I mean, he might have used other words there.
Did you
But
ever watch that one? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're bashing Christianity right now, but
it's more
did you
these
see the one?
televangelists.
You see the one
Yeah.
where the guy in the church was like, "I was at the church picnic, and this little boy, he just kept pushing my buttons. I said, Lord, give me the strength." And I looked at that boy and I punched him dead in his chest.
What?
Jesus.
And I said, and that kid hit the ground. He felt the Lord. He felt the Lord that day.
He did.
And I looked at him and said, Jimmy, you need to stop playing games with the God.
Well, it's probably because
Those God.
Yeah, he's like, I punched that kid dead in his
probably
chest.
because the child was a homosexual. Now I know that
What's wrong with
that,
these people?
Yeah.
that they have gay sex,
It's scary.
and that's why there's so much sin.
Yeah.
I'm
They-
But you
my
need to
God.
you need to give me money so we can get rid of these.
Yeah.
I'm the
Oh,
only one that
it's
can.
hard.
It
handle
is hard, right? No, I just want to say I
We-
don't believe any of this. So
Yeah, no.
we don't support any
And
of
he's
this.
playing a
I'm
character.
just making fun of these
Yeah.
preacher guys.
As a member of the LGBT community, I can say I'm not offended, and they're
Yeah.
wonderful people. It's fine.
Yeah, and we high-fived one time, so I'm cool.
yeah.
No.
So I will use this to segue into how.
So glad Bree's here. 'cause
And the
she'll
Ouija
keep-
board, the
she'll
Ouija
keep
board
us
was
on track.
made by the Jews.
Well,
well,
many of these people believed the Ouija board was used to
I love making
summon,
Bree crack.
summon demons, and that you should not ever use a Ouija board because you will summon demons and become possessed. Not
Yes.
true. Not
That's
true.
not true.
Not
So
true.
it went from like relationship
It was like love and kindness,
coupling
death.
to summon demons and open the gates of hell.
Yep.
Yes. In fact, in 2001, in I don't remember if it was Arizona or New Mexico, they burned Ouija boards and Harry Potter books together, which is absolutely
Well, I always heard that,
ridiculous.
like, Ouija, we can't have a Ouija board in the house. Go put it up in the attic. Or we'll take
Mhm.
it out back and burn it. Or
Mhm.
bury it. That's the
Yeah.
even one. Let's bury it.
Yeah, they're like, get rid of them all because
Well,
they
that-
are involved in
A
witchcraft.
lot of it has to do with pop
witchcraft.
culture.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
Once it hit
The
pop
Exorcist.
culture, and then The Exorcist happened.
And
that
especially
was,
70s.
There was no internet back then. So, like, right now, anyone can really learn. If you want to research something, you can.
Yes,
But back
they
then, you
can.
couldn't.
So I believe there was a story where a girl was playing with a Ouija board, and a person came in and exorcised her demons so well that the police told him he's never allowed to do that ever again, because terrible things happened to this kid.
Oh.
It also came in a time where we didn't really know much about mental health or mental disorders.
Yeah.
So instead of probably getting people medication and therapy, we can just hit them and
What-
splash
yeah, I was
water
gonna say, we'll
on
just
them
beat
and
them and then throw the door away.
Starve- the demons out
starve
of
them,
them.
and tie them to beds, the whole nine.
Yeah.
That's
And
awful.
Yeah.
then
It is awful.
I
That's
wanna-
another topic that you
yeah,
wanted to
I
do, too.
really want to do exorcisms because, like, once again, this is where like my skepticism lies on, like, are we really just going to chalk up to a demon, or are we really going to get people help? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because
Schizophrenia
like
is real.
there's people
Yeah.
people that think like depression and schizophrenia and mental illness is literally a demon, and you
Mhm.
can pray that away.
You cannot.
No.
It's not
Pat
We have a
Roberts.
therapist on staff.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
And that's
We'll
where
talk about it anytime.
that's where I mean, I'll come out. I don't really have an affiliation with a religion. If I
Neither
had
do
to
I.
if I had to identify as a religion or a group, it would be Satanism.
Mhm.
But now when people hear that, they're like, "You
They're like,
believe in
Oh my goodness,
You
that's why he's
believe in
the devil.
Satan?
Oh my God.
Actually-
killing people
Yeah.
and
Raping
having
people?
gay
Yeah.
sex. Having gay sex.
the actual idea of Satanism is that you believe in yourself,
Mhm.
and you actually don't believe that there's a heaven or a hell, and you just do right by yourself and by others. It's actually very similar to Christian beliefs,
Mhm.
but
It's
you
not
just
much different. No.
but instead of praying to a higher power to help you get out of a situation, you then call on yourself to get yourself out of it. You know what I mean? You don't go and cause harm to people. You don't go destroy their things. You don't like. That's kind of the premise of
Yeah.
the
And
you know.
and when people initially hear like Satanism, the first thing they hear the bastardization of that.
Well, the
where
idea
it's
of
like
the
it's- I
Satanism is
mean-
if you
Fire
don't
and
believe,
death
you
and
are
destruction.
you are Satan.
sacrifice.
That's
Yeah.
kind of the idea. Like if a
Mhm.
non-believer is a Satanist,
Yeah.
so they kind of taken that and use it to kind of kick sand in the face of organized religion.
Mm-hmm. But like what I'm saying is like the predisposition that goes when people hear the word, they think of, oh, it's the devil and we're gonna sacrifice goats and blah blah blah. That's the
Yeah.
bastardization of it. Just
Well,
like there's a bastardization of Christianity and Catholicism, and there's
Christianity is one of the only religions that has an evil being in it. I don't think Hinduism doesn't have they don't believe that
Hinduism
is
has
evil.
demons. They have demons.
do they?
Yep.
Because the
didn't
thing
know.
I was just watching,
I think they all would,
the
right?
Hinduism they don't believe in good and evil. They think there's bad and good thoughts and things, but
Okay.
they don't chalk up when you do something bad that you're being influenced by an evil
Okay,
energy or
okay,
evil
yeah.
spirit, or when you die that you don't go to a place and be tormented and destroyed.
Mhm.
I think
They believe in reincarnation,
yeah.
but they
Mhm.
also do believe in like the good and evil because the goddess Kali
Yeah.
is the one that has like the tongue and she has
The
like
8 arms.
Yep, and
Yep.
she actually has like a scythe in one hand and whatnot. And her whole thing behind it is that she is so terrifying that she scares evil. And like she's always depicted with like the men's
Yeah.
heads in her necklace, but those are like the heads of demons.
Yeah.
So it's like she's just kind of like the left arm of the goddess Durga, which is just like the mother figure and whatnot.
Interesting. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just treat people the way
Yeah.
I'd want to be treated.
Yeah,
Give everyone a
that's-
fair
yeah.
shake.
That's why I say
But-
it. I don't like any religion.
Yeah.
I
So
like,
that's why I have a hard time
Greek
sometimes
mythology.
when it comes
Yeah.
Greek
to
mythology is very
religion
interesting.
and
Zeus.
stuff like that. Like, listen, if religion is good for you and it helps you become a better person, awesome.
Yeah.
Then good for you. I don't
Yeah.
judge you on it. You know what I mean, I don't
Just don't
push
be an
I
asshole.
don't push my thing on you. I don't push your thing on me. I think more wars have been started due to religion than anything
Mhm.
else.
Yep.
Um,
And land.
for how much you can
Religion
say,
and oil.
how you can sit there and say like a radical version of a religion like a Muslim or a radical this or radical that do horrible things all over the world. There has been times where there's been radical Christians doing terrible things
Yeah.
too.
There's radicals all over.
Yeah,
the
every organized religion can be taken advantage of because
Mhm.
people put their faith and spirituality into something, and sometimes people put their eggs in a basket that's not always the best thing, and then by the time they realize, they're like, "Shit, we're drinking Kool-Aid
Yeah.
today," and then they're all
Yeah.
dead.
They're-
You know what I
they're-
mean? Like,
they're blinded. by
Yeah.
They're blinded by it because it's that herd mentality where it's just like you want somebody to be a leader, so you put all of your faith into
and you want to
somebody.
belong.
Like if I go
Yeah.
if I go to talk to somebody, they say God has told me today to tell you something. A part of me is just like, I'm out of here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it's tough for me to fall into that because it's like because I don't really trust a lot of it, especially when it comes to man. Like listen, you tell God to make himself seen to me, and then we'll come back and talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I think just being who I was, I would entertain it. I would listen to whatever message it was. If it was a bad message, I'd be like, haha, I don't subscribe to negative energy. But if it was a nice one, I'd be like, oh well, yeah, bless
thank
you
you
too.
so much. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
And the gay sex y'all probably have.
Yes. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for me, and
Yeah.
it's scary because when you tell people that you don't subscribe to a religion, they automatically think
You're a heathen.
you're a
You're
horrible
evil.
person.
Yeah.
You're automatically an atheist, and oh
Yeah.
my god.
And I think I think if you know me personally, I may come off as a smart ass or sarcastic, but I think deep down inside, I think I do treat people fairly, and I
Tim Mangle called you closer to Jesus than anybody. So
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he said, you know,
very Christ-like.
it was weird that we did a whole spiritual podcast one day, and I told him, like, I will literally, if a stranger comes up to me, I'll do my best to help them.
Mhm.
We literally walked out the door, and a stranger came up to me and asked for help,
Yeah.
and it was like, put up or shut up. And I was like, if
You have
they're,
to drive like a random guy to the hospital.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Well,
Very
Well, that
nice
could
of
have
you.
easily went another way.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
it
I mean?
could have.
Like, the whole time I was like, oh my God, please, nothing negative
Yeah.
happen to me. I'm doing the right thing. If this is how I die, I'm really
Yeah.
fucking pissed.
Mhm.
But nothing,
Stabs you with a knife.
nothing negative happened, and some complete stranger came limping up. He just literally pulled a muscle in his leg, and he couldn't walk. He
Aw.
just got food, and I was like, and he's like, hey, does anyone have a car? And Tim was like, nope, bye. And,
I loved him.
And,
Never
No.
seen one in my life.
and I was like, I do. And he's like, can you take me to the hospital? The only thing I said, and I wasn't like, I was like, are you bleeding? Because you're not getting in my car if you're bloody. I'll call an
Yeah.
ambulance at that point.
Ew.
You know what I mean? Like, why does no one someone's, and then I have to clean it, and then I'll be puking
Yeah,
in
yeah,
my.
and you never know.
Then I got
You
puke
have
and
such a
blood.
weak
I
stomach.
do. Body fluids, like bad smells, or like I
Oh,
can't
boy.
do it. Like, yeah,
That's
I can't.
rough, yeah.
Can't do it. I'll pop a pimple all day long though. I don't know. It's
Oh
weird.
man, I love it.
Yeah. Anyway,
We're getting way off.
sorry, but yeah, but this literally just drove some strange. Like, so
Yeah.
it's. When you subscribe or you tell someone that you don't subscribe into something, they immediately pigeonhole you into a group that you're not a good person.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like the political thing. Oh, you're not that, then I hate you.
Yeah. Oh, you don't believe the
Yeah.
same political
God.
agenda
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
people take politics a lot of when people say I'll talk about anything but religion and politics, and if I hear that, I'm like, oh, well, you're probably very closed-minded and you're not willing to
Mhm.
have an open conversation. That's why you don't want to talk about it.
Mhm.
I don't like to polarize people. You believe whoever you want, vote for whatever you want,
Mhm.
but
Vote
just
for who you want and shut up.
just fucking
Yes.
give everyone a fair shake.
Yeah.
is all I'm
Yeah.
Don't
saying.
try
Yes.
and make everybody else do what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna pass a law that's gonna prohibit someone from living a life.
No.
If it has no bearing on me. I don't give a fuck.
If it's not causing any harm,
Yeah.
like you can have like different views. It's not a big deal. Just don't
Not
be
at
an
all.
asshole.
Yeah.
all right,
God.
sorry, we took a weird turn.
Anyway,
That's kind of that's
the
the what kind of what we do here at the IWP network,
Yep.
because we
Get off on
don't
our tangents.
we really don't we come prepared, but we also have an
a
open
discussion.
dialogue to have conversations about anything, and that's kind of I think that's very important to show people that you can have conversations with one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you guys are reading more facts about it, should we start setting it up?
Sure.
So check this out. I found this thing here. Let me just jump right in. In fact, the people who disliked the Ouija board the most tended to be spirit mediums, as they just found their job as a spiritual middleman cut out.
Oh, we hear that.
Yeah,
What was that? Say that again.
mediums don't like Ouija boards because they feel like their job is being taken.
yeah.
They took
Oh.
our
No.
jobs.
And
I
it says
don't-
how
I don't believe that.
The Ouija
I
board
love-
appealed
Oh, I
to
like the
people
planchette
from
on this
across
one.
a wide
That's
spectrum of
pretty.
ages, professionalism, and education, mostly merged claims. Because the Ouija board offered a fun way for people to believe in something people want to believe. They need to believe that something else is out there. There is powerful, he says, or there is power. The
Oh.
thing is one of those things that allows them to express
Wait, the
that
board's
belief.
inside the box? Oh, I thought it was like, yeah,
No, it's
sorry.
out.
Oh my God.
Can I see that real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over that then. There's some rules there.
Can I read it?
Yeah. You
Yeah. So here's the rules of the Ouija board. So there's
rules.
Yeah,
There are rules.
never use the Ouija board.
Okay, well then put it back in the box.
if you don't believe in the upside down, are you? I guess if you don't
Oh,
believe
this
in-
is a very Stranger
This is
Things.
Stranger Things.
So
Yes.
they're
So
kind
this
of.
is a Stranger Things Ouija board for those who are only listening.
So I guess they would say don't use it if you don't believe in spirituality.
Yeah, and
Correct.
it actually is a licensed Ouija.
Yeah.
Ouija, whatever.
Never use the Ouija board in Hawkins National Library.
So I've never seen the show. I don't get any of these references.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're not supposed to use it in a church or a cemetery. I think is the rule. I think I'm trying to.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, I'm trying
Oh,
to
well.
think of what the because
We
they're
broke a rule, Rich.
they're
Oops.
they're trying to take the rules and put them with Stranger Things a
Yeah.
little bit. But,
Yeah, they are.
But these
'cause
are
it's-
legit the rules as well. Never use a Ouija board alone. Have your best buddies around. That's a legit one.
Aw.
Never leave the planchette on the Ouija board when you aren't using it. Never forget to say goodbye to any worldly powers you may reach. You're supposed to say goodbye after you're done. Some people use they do a figure 8 or an infinity symbol.
To loosen it up.
Yeah, which I don't.
Oh, here we go. I found random rules. Never play alone. Do not allow the board to count down through the numbers. I guess because that's how the world ends.
Probably because it's gonna come in like when you don't want it to come
Yeah.
in.
Always
Yeah.
place a silver item on the board before playing. Never mention God. Always say goodbye.
Never mention God.
I never
God.
Heard, I never heard the religion one. Yeah.
There's I just typed in random.
I always
rules.
and I mean, and then obviously as time has gone on, people have made up their own rules where you don't ask when you are going to die. That's a rule, and you never pop the planchette glass
The
out
little thing out of the
because you
planchette.
open up the portal then or
Oh
something.
my.
Yes.
Something
Yes.
stupid like that. Do you want to sit on this side of the table, Andy?
This,
I can
you don't
move,
leave it
yeah.
on the board till you play it. Yeah. So you don't want to have spirits.
She's all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to play it right. You got to do it the right way because you can like really bring in some like negative energy, negative spirits they don't want, and they will stay with you. And you want that energy in your house. Some
He
people-
does.
I
Huh.
do.
If
I
they,
do
Well,
not.
I
I'm putting out the
I don't
energy.
either.
Well,
'cause
listen, you-
we don't know who it's coming
if they
home
give
with.
you powers.
Well, you want to have an experience.
I do, but I don't want to come in like staying with me like in Insidious that we discuss tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about. Well, I mean,
That's
then
not
you
something
astral
you want.
project and.
Well, astral projecting would be okay, which I have a friend who does that, and
I
it's
do
really
that.
cool.
I do
Oh,
that.
that's
Yeah.
really neat. Yeah, I would like to try it sometime.
All
but
right, so
anyway,
we're gonna play the Ouija board live on a podcast. So
Hell yeah.
if any
So-
if one of us dies, it's Heidi's fault.
yeah.
yeah. So you don't want to have this on the board because then things like start talking and happening that you may not be prepared for, not ready for, you don't want. You always have to say goodbye because you don't want a spirit.
No, you don't.
That-
What we're not gonna. What we're
I
not
wanna
gonna do.
If that starts moving by itself, then
Yeah.
Are you
Then
gonna-
we
You
know.
gotta
Are
do
you
it
gonna blow
right.
it? Are you gonna blow on it?
I don't know. I'm clearing it out.
You don't want a
Like
spirit
it's like the
coming
witch's
home
brew.
with you.
Don't you even?
And you don't want it to be a negative spirit, and that's why you always have to say goodbye. Because if you don't say goodbye, it will come with you and stay with you. And if it's a good spirit, I mean, you're probably fine. But
Alright,
Close.
so we're
close
all-
the circle once
Now
you're
this
done.
guy, I'm
Yes.
reading this thing here about he pronounces it ideomotor effect. So
Yeah,
ideomotor
that's- yeah.
effect. He says that like that. Okay, so that's one person's subconscious. So it's 4 people's subconscious concentrating on the same exact thing
Mhm.
to give the same answer. That's bullshit.
If
It's
it's
4 people. So like, okay, what's your name? So 4 people are gonna come up with Tom. You know,
you're,
like,
I hope
you're
so.
supposed to concentrate on the same
but
question.
but I mean, according to this guy, it says you
It's the
subconsciously
idea that the subconscious
how could
everybody
4
has to be
people
thinking the same thing.
spell out the same name. That's where that guy's stuff is bullshit.
that's a good point.
That is a
Yeah.
good point.
One
I agree with
person,
that.
okay. 4, because how
4
we
people are
if we
always-
said there's a spirit here. Oh, what's your name? Are you male or female?
And
Okay,
we're
well that's
all-
50-50.
yeah.
What's your name?
We're all like
Well,
Jonathan.
do you-
Jonathan.
One more thing
Jonathan."
too. Do you
Adolf.
do you know the spirit Zozo?
I do not.
From Led
I'm
Zeppelin.
actually writing a comic book
Is
about a
it-
demon that's really bad at his job, and his name is Zoe.
Is this one on?
It is not.
Okay,
So,
so,
I mean, it'll
uh,
still record, but I won't get a master track
Oh,
on you. But
okay. Well,
it's
I was,
yeah. I mean, you could use it. It just I use the main anyway. So unless something insanely catastrophic happens, where I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, so there is a.
He's like the famous one.
Yeah, and he's supposedly the demon or entity that if he channels through, you're never supposed to channel him, or if he appears in you're not supposed to engage him, and you're supposed to end it right away. He attacks people with Zozo. He
Only
he
Zool.
attacks people heavily that have depression or suicidal ideologies.
Mhm.
So hopefully Zozo comes and hangs out with me tonight.
I was gonna say we're good on that.
So we're betting 50-50
How
here.
does he feel about being on all those Led Zeppelin merchandise?
Well, then we will end right away
The-
if that happens. Just,
One of the spirits gave us a death date, and it was the date
Yes.
my dad passed away 7 months later.
Oh.
Creepy.
Whoa! Oh my God! First of all,
Why is
sorry
that-
for your loss.
why is
That
the
is
spirit
very
girl-
That's
devastating.
crazy.
I'm very sorry to hear
Why
that.
is the spirit gonna be such an asshole?
I know.
Maybe
Okay,
maybe he was just
dick.
kind of preparing. I don't know.
Hey, Mom, spell my name. Just want to know when your dad's gonna die.
He
Like,
came through. He came through for my niece and I. Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, that
Did
scared me.
they end it
Yeah,
right
that
away?
scared me too.
Oh, it says somebody. It says freezing up. Yeah. It just
it happens from time to time.
Yeah. Sometimes it will
It'll
freeze.
say live video interrupted, but it'll come back on.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So
Thanks,
let's.
Mom.
I noticed this planchette itself is upside down because the upside down world. Get it?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
it
is correct.
I bet you there's a whole thing like we looked up plan. Oh, you don't set it on the board. Well, how the hell? How does it get?
When you
Bree said not to put it on the board, so
when
I'm
you-
not gonna follow Bree.
Yeah, when you start it, you do.
All right. So let's start it.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna.
I'm
probably.
following Bree's cue.
I probably
I do
should-
tarot cards. I don't do this.
I
as
should. I
much.
probably. I'm gonna be talking a lot during this because obviously it is an audio podcast. So I want to try to be Howard Sterning in here a little bit,
Mhm.
like
so you can kind of commentate.
Yeah.
so the live commentate. So all right,
we
Bree,
need
so,
to watch our hands because we're Italian.
Yeah, because we. Yeah.
Not me.
Are you supposed? Are you allowed to drink beer while you're playing Ouija?
No, actually, probably not.
Do we have a piece of silver?
Whoops.
Oh yeah, let's
to
get
play
some
something.
silver.
I don't.
Yeah.
Are we really doing that?
I don't have.
Yeah, we
any
can.
silver.
I don't
I
have
don't-
silver.
Nah, we don't need silver tonight.
You don't-
You have them on your
She
fingers.
has
You'll be
a ton of
fine.
rings. Put a ring on there. Put it right there.
I think you have like the Mr. T starter kit on your.
What
hands.
show is not that good? It's like, whoa!
I think this is sterling silver. Stick it on there.
It said Stranger Things on
Yeah.
the board, so that was Annie's joke.
All right, so
Wait, where's the? Oh, there's no hello. It's just goodbye.
There's no hello.
yeah, I guess there is no.
I like
So-
Elvira says, "Yep, nope, bye."
Yeah. So there is
Bye.
there's a company who will take Ouija boards and they make coffee tables out of them,
Oh, that's cool.
and then the coasters are planchettes.
That's so cool.
But you break the rule because you're coasters, and they're legit planchettes.
I think that's really neat.
Yeah, I want one so
I
bad.
bet they have like ones made like ivory and stuff like when you.
Ooh.
I've always been not obsessed with Ouija boards. I just like the idea and how like they're
Mhm.
creepy. Once again, I'm not a bad person, but I like the devil because I think the idea
It's
of the
interesting.
ultimate boogeyman is interesting to me.
Mhm. It's the same way that people really are interested in serial killers.
Not so much silly. I'm interested in their minds.
The idea.
Yeah,
it's the interesting.
I would
factor.
never say I have a favorite serial killer because I never want to I don't want to be that person who's like, oh, they're cool. They're never cool.
No,
Like, they
no.
legit killed people and hurt people. That's not cool.
Yeah.
No,
You
it's
shouldn't
not.
idolize a serial killer.
No.
I'm very fascinated with their mindset of why they did it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
But I'm fascinated with anyone's mindset that does terrible things. Like if
Mhm.
someone's like a committed pedophile, I'm interested of what makes them tick
Mhm.
because I'm very and I don't condone it because I think that stuff should be studied more because we have found through criminal studies how to prevent a serial killer from going further and doing this. And I think a lot of times when it comes to certain things, we don't do the research and we just like, it's not good, get it out of here. And
Mhm.
instead of like researching and finding out what makes that person tick, we're not stopping it at the problem. You know what I mean? But anyway.
And that's why
yeah.
God created like people like you because with me, I would just throw them right in the wood chipper. I don't give a shit about pedophiles.
study them and then throw them in the wood
Yeah.
chipper. All right. So yeah, Ouija board. Go ahead.
All right,
You're in
Bree.
charge, Bree. What are we doing?
Oh well, we're all gonna put our fingers,
I'm gonna warm up my hands.
fingertips,
Are we doing both hands or one?
whatever. I've
Can we
always
do one just for the sake of making it easier?
Yeah.
okay.
And
Sure.
I mean, I don't know
think-
if you want, the guys want to do two. I mean, just so,
I think when you're supposed to do this too,
just so I'm not like this the whole time.
she's over here cracking her fingers like she's
I
about to box
am.
somebody.
I am.
I have been using the same board for about 35
Hey,
years.
Sharon, is it an old wood
wow.
one?
Is it? Yeah, I think she said it's wood and
Like,
stuff.
that's
as
why
well.
I would say a legit one.
That's
You know?
awesome.
Now, when you do, I think when you put your fingers on, you cannot have your arm that's on there resting on anything. So it has to be up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So and we
No
just start
lazy people for the
asking
Ouija board.
questions. What do you guys? So we all have to put our fingers.
I'll
on
let
now?
you ask the first question because I'm sure mine's gonna be fucking stupid.
I don't know what to ask. I don't have any questions prepared.
So do you want
What
to
do you think about Pat Roberts?
okay, there you
no,
go.
I,
You've
I,
already.
I don't care.
now? Are you going? Are we doing very lightly or?
Yeah.
So how are you supposed to do? Is there
Lightly.
like they just like that?
Yeah.
Can I?
Oh, I have my hand. I have my hand.
Please.
This is a workout.
Trump
to
or
keep your hand
Biden?
up.
Yeah, we could ask.
It
who,
just goes-
who do you
it
think
just
will
goes
win the
goodbye.
election?
It says nope.
Okay, let's
Alright.
do that.
Who do you think will win the election?
It just says goodbye.
It just says who cares.
Maybe it does say that. Guess Hello. Who
So
do
I'm
you,
keeping my mind open to
Right.
dispute that guy's theory that what I want is going to show up.
This is going great.
This is.
All right,
So maybe I'm holding too hard.
that's what I was thinking
all
too.
right. So
I'm-
Let's do the two. Let's do
Alright,
the
let's
two.
do two.
finger
Okay.
things. Let's
Oh my God!
let's put all the
Is there-
fingers on there.
This is a workout to keep your
Alright.
arms like this.
All right, I hate that idea. Oh, back to one.
Oh. All right. So hello. Who do you think is going to win the election?
I don't think the ghost cares.
Yeah. Well, what if the ghost was before election?
All right, let's do the simple
right.
one. Is there something here with us? I'm gonna drink my beer.
Are you gonna drink? Are you gonna
So-
drink this?
By not placing
You
your
want it?
elbow on
Yeah.
the
Go ahead.
table,
You can have it.
this is a workout for your arms.
All right,
Because you gotta hold your
just
arms up in
rest
the air.
your arm. Fuck it. Let's see what happens.
Ghost, do you care if we rest our arms?
So this is going
This
amazing.
is this has not moved.
No, it hasn't. Yeah.
I bought
takes
I
time.
bought my own through my mom's wooden. Interesting.
Oh, nice.
Vicky Ann says, "Hey Andy." And
Oh,
then-
that's she's related to Rish.
oh, well, they're
Yeah.
having a conversation as
hi.
well. So hi.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
This is
Thanks
where
for
the
liking
show.
the
This is where the
page.
show has tanked horribly.
Yes.
We're trying to
Maybe
play
we
Ouija board.
should as in the wrestling business we should work this.
Yeah.
And,
is
is there
there a
someone here?
ghost here?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I swear.
Tony is lying.
Whoa.
Maybe if I'm gonna let you guys play.
Yeah,
I'm
why
gonna-
don't you guys-
Yeah, maybe just because we're
It's just us.
Yes,
because the rule was
Okay.
if you don't believe, don't play.
yeah.
That is
That's true.
So
Okay.
let's
so
say
Bree and
say
I'll-
goodbye, and
Good-
then restart.
Goodbye, no one. Thank you
Alright.
for not
Goodbye, and then
Interjecting.
restart.
Oh,
I'll hold
all
it.
right.
All right. Okay. Hello.
So you guys can do
Fingers
your
are
thing.
placed on the Ouija
Bree and I'll
board.
do our thing.
Yeah. Can we still ask questions?
I don't think so because you aren't playing.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
fine. But we just have to commentate.
All right.
You can commentate.
All right, Phillies fans, we're here. There's a Stranger Things Ouija board here tonight,
What would you like to ask?
and we got to pause for station
Oh.
identification.
All right. So they're gonna ask
Cool.
their
We'll
questions.
just we'll stick with that. Like we'll ask is somebody here
Is
or somebody want to come through.
Does somebody?
Does
want-
somebody want to say hi?
Real quick, just surrounding us with the white light archangels and everybody being with us. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Who?
Thank you.
Archangels.
The white
Like
light.
Michael,
Yeah, Michael,
John
Ariel.
Travolta.
I'm a paladin, so I have a holy aura,
Is somebody here?
and I exude white light
Can I talk to a dead relative?
because I view it like D&D, where there's the lawful good. See, I have stuff to say. Lawful good to chaotic evil, and then
Mhm.
there's neutral good, and there's chaotic good, and there's neutral. And I'm on the good side, almost lawful good.
There's there's no
Nice.
Like a
spirits
Jedi.
in my house.
I'm neutral, chaotic, whatever
Okay.
that is. Chaotic neutral.
Well, you be chaotic neutral.
Chaotic
yes.
neutral. That's me.
So while they're
Lawful
hoping
neutral
that,
will be a judge because you're
Mhm.
just there to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
so while they're playing or trying to do this Ouija board
Was
thing,
lawful good like Batman?
no, lawful good would be more like the Jedi. Like they have a certain way, they
Mhm.
believe in, they know what's wrong and what's right, and they follow only what's right, even if it's the detriment of themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whereas chaotic good is more like that's well, Batman's almost like chaotic neutral, but he's more he'd be chaotic good. Any like hero is probably chaotic good, except
Okay.
Captain America and Superman are lawful good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
what is everyone else's experience at Ouija boards? Have you guys had any experience, or guys or girls had any experiences? Do you believe? Do you not
so
believe?
fun. Is that your mom? Wendy?
Yes, Wendy
Okay.
says so fun.
Yeah, do
Alright,
both
now-
hands. Okay,
What
we're
does my
gonna
mom say?
try and
She said so fun.
Someone-
Oh,
She's
thanks, Mom.
having fun watching you
the
guys play Ouija
power.
board.
I'm gonna use my telekinesis like that
Do
guy
it.
said. to
I
move
think
that.
your silver's. We're trying to get something evil here, and the silver's keeping it away.
No,
I
we're not
don't-
trying to
I
get
don't want
anything
anything
evil.
We need viewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not selling out that far.
So,
Sorry.
I think maybe we let you guys talk. and we
Yeah,
maybe
we'll do our
focus.
thing. You guys talk.
Yeah.
We'll do our thing.
What can you do any commentator voice like how I did? What's his name from the Phillies?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Marv
Harry
Albert.
Carey.
Hi everybody.
We got a Ouija board
Um,
here.
If somebody's here, would you like to say something?
The Ouija board hasn't moved. Hi, Norm.
I don't think it's going.
Hi, Norm. Yeah. If your arm was made of hot dog, would you eat it? Can I do the head bob thing? I sure would.
Real quick, really want to do while they're while they're doing this.
Sorry, I'm
Our
trying
like
to
page
do
has just hit 683 people.
Holy shit.
And a total. So that's total likes.
Thank
and
you, guys.
731 total follows. So I don't know what the difference between follows or likes. I think
I
if people
either.
I
follow
think
the
we just
page,
got a bunch of likes from my Harry Carey.
yeah,
Look at that.
they're loving the Harry
After
Carey.
watching The Exorcist, ours was burnt.
There
Mom
you go.
said.
Well, we talked about it. Yeah, your mom said they
Oh,
burned theirs.
Mom.
Yeah.
It's weird that the effect
Who's one? Like you and like Aunt Laura and stuff, or you and Dad? Is that why Dad's so scaled?
the effect that movie had on the people in the 70s is insane. you
we
know?
have new top fans.
That's
so,
almost like the War of the Worlds, the effect that had in the
Yep.
50s.
Yeah. So Mary Elizabeth McHale has been a top fan for 2 months. She was actually our
Thanks,
first
Mary.
and only donator.
Donation.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
she donated to the podcast.
What's the best nation?
Terry Hadgens has been a top fan for a month. Jen
Cool.
Myers she's our super fan.
Yeah,
she's
she's-
been a top
she's
fan
top
for a month.
Absolutely.
Top
then
fan forever.
Brand new top fan, Tina Kozlowski.
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 Tina. Yeah, I used to work with Tina.
She's
Okay.
our brand new top fan.
Nice.
So
Thank you,
if you
Tina.
want to be a
If you
top fan,
interact with the page enough. Right?
yeah, if you share it enough or you like it or you do stuff, you become a top fan on our like page. So that's pretty cool. And make sure you check out our community page. If you head over to Truth Behind Illusion community,
And you can share any stories you may have or articles you find interesting
if you
that,
find it-
that are related to supernatural
if you
paranormal,
find cool articles that
conspiracy theories.
or if you have
cryptids.
ideas for topics, definitely
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah.
And
Or if you have a request of impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah, impressions in the comments. Go.
Yeah.
What did my mom say? Andy, you can read probably.
It was the damn movie. She didn't like the movie.
It was the damn movie.
And then the community page is up to 469 members.
Wow.
69.
It was at 462 earlier
Ronnie.
today.
That's awesome.
462. Oh.
Yeah,
And,
Send
and,
them.
you,
Everybody.
and you guys can go and also
Yourself.
invite friends to it as well. So if you guys know people who are into this, share 'em. What?
Yeah, so you guys can go. I was like, fuck yourself.
All right.
That's why I had to
You gotta
keep it-
concentrate.
keep the
I know.
board
I'm
away.
I think it's
sorry.
just me.
You see,
I know. Andy keeps cracking me
We
up.
need the
See the
energy, we
Ouija
need the
board.
energy.
It's summoning gay spirits. And,
What do you think of this podcast?
They're like,
what's a
"Fuck you."
podcast? So wait, I'm going to talk about Ouija boards I've seen. Obviously, the viral one's really cool, and the old ones, the old wood ones and stuff, they are awesome looking. Especially the ones that have carved into it. Like that seems to me like if it's made out of oak, that maybe was a tree that was from a haunted farm or something like that. Like that's one that I would believe. Like, okay, maybe there's
Sorry.
something here. This corrugated board that's been made, in a factory that also made
I know
Monopoly.
it slides every once in a while,
and
but
shoots
it's like
and
really
ladders.
slow moving.
Yeah.
I don't know why
That's
it's
That's why
really
I was like, are you pushing it right
Hey,
now?
Can you
I'm
straighten this
not.
up here? We're doing a show here.
it's like really slow
Could you-
moving
could
It
you-
is
today.
actually moving a little
Could
bit.
you imagine?
It does move a little bit every once in a while.
Could you imagine the lady who wrote a fucking book like this?
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
I've had it move faster than this in the past. I'm not sure.
When it
I think
starts,
there's
like-
probably a lot of interference with the
Well,
technology.
yeah.
Just
Well,
Well, technology is big, yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely.
All right. While you guys
okay,
are doing this,
though.
I'm
It'll
gonna
be
find
cool.
I'm gonna find
Yeah,
more
go
Ouija
for it.
stuff.
if you had it like in like a room, with not a lot of stuff around, and then someone took like an EMF detector and stuff, and like maybe and recorded, if there was any fluctuations
Yeah.
or
should get,
temperature
we
get
can-
that
changes.
EMF
Hold on,
recorder
now,
out
I'll get the
now.
EMF thing. Out.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
So
think
you
have
guys
both
have one.
equipment.
there's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
interference here.
And also, don't slam it on the table like why, because
Yeah.
it spikes.
I'm gonna buy a real fancy one because why not?
Bring out your spirit box, Tony.
Oh God. Yeah. I'll break one. I'll break. It just picks up the CB, which I thought the spirit box was. Let's see there. Can you try to summon any spirits of people we know? I don't. Probably not.
Not really. I mean, it doesn't really. I don't know if it would
I don't-
technically.
I don't
work
think
like
you
that.
Is it
can-
over anything over there, Tori? It's like
Yeah,
moving a little
it
bit.
is. I'm
but
not doing nothing.
I
but
don't
it is
I'm not moving it.
That you
Is
can.
it over?
It's definitely moving. It's
Really?
over R.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
It
think
was
you can
you.
use the Ouija board to summon specific things, right?
I mean,
You
can.
You can.
It's just like anything. It's like with tarot cards too.
Yeah.
It's like
Like you
do
can say,
whatever
"Hey,
you
I want to
want.
talk to my dead uncle." or
But at the
something.
same time, like if I don't know the spirit, I mean, yeah, we're just kind of like, who's here right now? But I wouldn't necessarily like call for somebody I did not
yes,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Like, no
either.
offense, but I don't want to call your uncle because I don't know your uncle. He's probably
Yeah.
a wonderful person if you were asking about it. But
yeah. I wouldn't want to. I would say don't do that either. Even if it,
If any of my
100%
dead
not.
relatives are here, you can definitely come through.
They just come and just slap you.
I'm trying to get some content here. This is taking a while.
Yeah, it's,
Well, we got an R.
I mean-
did.
last question I asked
Oh,
was,
I hope it doesn't
what
say
do you
something
think
wrong.
Of, what do you think of the podcast?
All right,
And we
let's
got an R.
let's
Okay.
all right.
All right. let's-
Is there somebody here?
Okay.
Is there somebody
Is there
here?
somebody here?
That's a record with EMF. Nothing has moved so far. Maybe.
And this isn't gonna. And like the whole thing is like I know we're trying to get content, but that's why you guys are doing your thing because this takes time. Yeah, they don't answer like on a whim.
Plus, it's like, it's all the stuff going on right
Well,
now.
you should speed it up.
As you rip out
Okay.
a radio.
They move at their own pace, Tony.
Are
They're in
you-
a different
move at a
You
dimension.
gotta be doing
They're behind
that.
the veil.
You
By the
got-
time
you
they answer,
gotta-
we'll be
hold
up
on. Hold on, you've got to be doing that.
No,
Are you
I'm
doing
not.
that?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Listen, by the time
No,
by the
my,
time they
um,
answer us, we'll be up there with them.
Yeah, Jesus.
Come on.
we'll be
Shut
talking.
the fuck
We'll be
up.
talking through Ouija.
Yeah.
No, it's just no, my
Let's just do
so
this.
like my arm, like my muscles
Are,
are like
are you
tense,
now?
so to speak.
Have you ever been?
So I
with
could
that,
keep it so it's not on.
Did
leaning
we
on
get
the
anything?
Table.
No, we've gotten nothing.
No, we've
And
gotten
it's the same
nothing.
tense, like the same like
Um,
tense the whole
No,
time.
shut up. It has been moving. It
It's what?
has been moving a little bit. It was all like, shut the fuck up, Tony. I'm gonna elbow you from across the table.
Don't take your hands off it. You'll break the rules of the Ouija.
Yeah,
Listen.
Does the Ouija know how podcasts work?
Look, this ghost is trying to say
Hey,
something.
This is an
it's
audio
slowly
only
moving.
podcast. Well, not audio
It
only,
doesn't
but
like its
Yeah, it's-
criticism.
I'm sorry. Goodbye.
So like it's just like moving slow. There's a lot of a lot of interference coming through. If
Well,
we
I
were
would
to
say
do this
if it was to
a
legitimately work,
cemetery
right?
in the middle
You
of the
probably
night,
want to do it in a well-lit room with a bunch of stuff going on.
Why,
the
though?
internet and-
I always
Yeah.
thought that too. Why do you have to be in a complete
Well,
darkness,
not darkness, but
isolation
I mean,
to
like-
make a spirit come out?
More where stuff isn't going on. Yeah, like I thought that
If
too.
this
Like,
is if this is a dartboard, this ghost is literally in the blank space.
it just goes over
What?
and goes over and says apple cider.
it's moving.
Like the ghost hunters, it's always in dark. Why is that? Why can't a ghost come out during the day?
It can come out whenever it
can.
Because
wants.
it has to manifest power.
But that's also
night?
Hollywood too, being like it has to be
Yeah, like
dark and
vampires and stuff.
scary.
Yeah,
Okay, it's moved at least like 6 to 7 inches.
towards towards nothing.
Okay, Tony.
Two chef right there.
In February 1891, the first few advertisements
Is it
started
over anything
appearing
now?
in papers.
Nope.
Ouija, the wonderful talking board, boomed in Pittsburgh toy novelty shop, describing a magical device that answers questions about the past, present, and future.
Yeah, that's the one I read.
with Marvin. Yeah, sorry, I'm just
It's all right.
I
just trying to
mean,
fucking fill
Yeah,
time.
that's a
'cause
good
this-
article.
This goddamn ghost has a stutter or something.
How about so there is 2 Ouija movies. Have you guys seen them?
I have not.
I have not.
I can't
It's called
remember.
it's like Ouija and the other one's like Ouija from hell.
Mm.
I'm sure the kids play it and then a demon comes or a ghost comes and they get
Probably.
killed.
I mean, at this point, I'd accept this.
Hey, yeah, well,
Oh
It's
my
taken too
God.
goddamn long.
Well, it's
this is longer than
it's
Lord of the
really
Rings.
not though.
But you know what?
it has moved.
with
Whoa,
I
we
think
got
I think
real-
I think
mean, it's probably the microphones, but look at it.
oh, how about that?
Oh,
Or you're
look.
touching it. You have to,
Well, that's me squeezing.
yeah,
it.
yeah.
No,
just
it
let it go,
wasn't.
let
It was
go.
going.
Yeah, just put
Oh,
like
put it
this.
down like that. But yeah,
What
if you
was
do
it
this,
at?
See,
No, but I'm telling
It was
you.
flickering.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, maybe it was.
It was. It was.
Are we gonna do it, or are we gonna do it live?
I
When are we
think-
gonna do it?
I think
What-
I
what
figured out
was
the
it
do
at?
gimmick.
it right or what?
So hey, how you doing? That's awesome. I'm gonna
That's
pick it up.
going really high up.
That's some EMF right there.
All right, so that
The
is
gimmick.
flashing.
Yeah, no shit.
So I told you
We've
guys
been
I wasn't
telling you
moving
it's
it.
been moving.
I told you I
you
wasn't moving it.
dunces.
he was on top of
Like,
the.
As I'm about to spoil the gimmick. Okay. So
we'll leave it.
Do you want me to ask if it likes your if it likes your impressions?
yeah, maybe yeah, but Pat Roberts is getting in the
He puts it right over the flash
and just stops EMF until no electromagnetic.
All right,
wave.
well,
There's
just
no ley lines. So
Well, stop fucking
All right.
touching it.
it says to keep your arms off the table.
My
Eventually,
arm has
your
been
arm
on
arm-
this table the entire time.
But
My
yeah,
muscles
here's
are
the-
like quite
here's the gimmick.
tense.
when your muscles get tense, it's like Punisher when he has the guy have to hold the grenade, right? And he's like, "Let's see how long you live." The grenade's on a string. As long as he holds it, he won't blow up. Eventually, his arm falls down, right?
Mhm.
So if your arm is up in the air and you're holding it like this, eventually your arm's going to start getting tired and you're going to start pushing, and then
My
your arm's
hand-
going to fall
my
down.
hands
I'm
have-
good.
I've been
I mean,
resting my hands.
Is that
so-
going to spell out Gertrude? No, but it is going.
My arms are good.
I mean, try to do. Anyone at home, just try to take your 2 hands, put your fingers out,
I'll
and do this,
intentionally loosen my muscles
and
just
count
prove
to
this
see how
point.
long you
There
can
you
do
go.
it.
All right.
It's
put
probably
it
not
back,
very
Put
long.
it back in the middle of the board. Because this ghost literally is going all over. Like, it's not even near anything. If ghost
All
spirit,
right. Well, here's the thing.
alien,
so
whatever it is.
we've been like neither of us were pushing it.
No,
It literally
clearly
moved,
it has-
it literally moved across the
it
board.
did.
Put your damn eyebrows down, because these are the facts.
It moved towards I.
It
Yeah.
went over R.
Okay, R. Don't say anything.
Yeah, it's saying I'm taking a
Unpolitical.
really long time.
I think he said
Go-
I was
go-
too
and
much
it
shade.
flashed, and that almost went to red.
Well, spirits,
It
you
did.
you have it, we're an hour and 25 into this podcast. You got
Could
you
wrap
got-
it up a little.
yeah.
Wrap it up, box. That's what we need. Wrap it up, B. Judge, you better rack that cable.
Yeah,
Drop that
ghosts
cable.
don't like being rushed. They don't
Wrap
like
it-
being
wrap
rushed.
it
They
up.
don't like Rush the band. You
I
like
just,
getting weak.
I would just like to put it out there in the spirit realm that we're trying to be as respectful as possible. If you're going to attack anybody, I mean, I'm surrounded in the white light anyway. But like you guys,
Yeah.
listen, I don't care. I don't care about freaking paladin.
It's a
Don't
spirit,
go
not a
get him.
ghost.
Huh?
Divine orb. Consecrate the
Well,
land.
let's not attack anybody.
Holy
We're all
fire.
good people.
Put it up to the mic.
Sharon said it's not a ghost. It's not. It's a spirit, not a ghost.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
a spirit, which you know.
Yes, spirits. Let's
not
think of
a-
another
We
question.
have our ghost radio up there.
It's not,
Reminds
a,
me of
it's not a cop. It's a police officer.
Is there
a sanitation
okay,
engineer.
Let's move on. Is there anything you would like to say to us?
How about this? How about this? Would you have any like parting words for us? Because we are getting
Jesus.
Or-
Parting words. You haven't even said hello.
How about a starting word?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is there anything you'd like to say or before? Yeah,
Say yes if you're here.
Yeah.
it was going towards yes.
Are Ouija boards bullshit? Yes or no?
Well, I think we're asking too many questions.
Oh, yeah,
so.
Okay, go ahead.
So, is there
Clean
anything
the
you would
slate.
like to say to us before we close out for the day?
I have a spirit box going too.
Ooh. That,
All right, you better calm the fuck
put
down.
it up closer to the mic so people.
Well, I don't
can hear
want
it.
the static to go through. That's annoying.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, how are you gonna hear anything?
Well, we'll just kind of.
We'll
What-
tell them what we hear.
So, what? How does the spirit box work? What's the
what
theory
letter
behind
is this
that?
over?
It uses
Right
the white
now,
noise
M.
and the
What is it?
and it
M.
comes through the white
Okay,
noise.
M.
Okay. Anthrax Sound of White Noise, very good album. So I'm just gonna
So we got an
that up
M
for
right
you.
now.
Yep.
M.
All right.
Maybe it's the Miz.
The Miz.
He's not dead, but ooh, Miz, was that you?
you fucking son of a bitch! I swear to God. Oh, okay.
MM. Okay, we got some M&Ms.
No, it's still moving. It's not really done yet.
That's not like music coming in there.
hmm
It does flicker through radio stations.
No, yeah. Well, it's kind of like a radio. So. Not the most entertaining thing, the Ouija board. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying it's like it's in the middle of like moving. So like you guys can talk shit if you
Your
want.
mom said, "God bless your patience."
Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. We gotta ruin it. Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. What do we got? M what?
And it's still going.
We got MI.
MIT? You went to MIT? Okay.
Let's go with MIT.
Am
MI.
Evil. Yes, I am.
Mitch. The ghost name is Mitch.
Ooh, hey. It just goes right off the table.
It's like, I think it wants my beer.
But the,
That's
So-
why it keeps coming over here.
but the
It's
theory
I
is,
haven't
like-
had one of these in 10 years.
You got the new Hershey chocolate?
yeah. How is that? I heard it's the shits. So you keep your hands on the thing and it spells stuff out, but like that would take time no matter what. Unless everything's yes or no
This
question.
is why every YouTube ghost video has to edit shit because it fucking takes
Like you're
13.
doing it live, so like
And this is going right off the board.
Well, it kind of stopped. What's it over? Is it still over the eye?
it's past the eye, but it's stopped now.
Oh, what's it at?
Nothing.
past the eye.
Can I
Nothing.
can I suggest something real quick?
Yeah.
All right, this isn't accusing anything,
Mhm.
but both times I feel like just kind of looking at both your demeanors here, I feel like you're very very light and Bree's harder on it than you are, and both times it moved, it's moving like as and I'm not saying Bree's moving it, but it looks like if anything, you just if maybe slide it closer to the edge of the table so it's closer to you guys.
The board itself?
Yes, the whole board
Okay.
itself.
Yeah, here we go. Let's
Like
dust
put it
off-
in a more comfortable
yeah,
spot
Yeah,
for you
goodbye.
guys.
We'll dust off the.
And then here, put your head on the other side of the microphone.
What?
yeah, you can let go now.
Yeah, let go.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
don't know
whoa,
if- I
whoa,
don't-
whoa.
I don't know if I'm supposed to take my.
No, you can take your
hands
fingers
off.
off. I don't think there's anything here.
We're
that's gonna be
making new
upset.
rules.
Yeah. All right.
This is Ouija board 2000.
So I feel like now you guys are in a more. You're not reaching across a table.
Yeah, because what I was saying before with art or with weight of your hand doing this, eventually you're gonna start either going your elbow's gonna hit the table or you're gonna start going one way because of just muscles.
We're gonna cut this in about 10 minutes here. If it's but all right, I'm turning off the stupid
turn
spirit
that-
box too.
it's the-
Why? I like the spirit box.
We're gonna use it at Gettysburg.
I don't like
I'm gonna
spirit-
walk around with it
I'm
on.
excited.
I don't like the spirit box.
It's annoying.
I
Ooh, I just
like,
bent my
uh,
antenna.
You're fucking annoying.
I like the more technology side of it,
So
technological
let's
side.
ask,
Like-
once again, is there anything you would like to say before we close the board for the day?
Like,
Anything
like the EMF detector.
anything
based in
anything you want to plug?
science. I mean, electromagnetic fields, fluctuations.
Yeah, we can do plugs a while.
Whereas the spirit
Well,
box is
I was
based
asking the
in-
ghosts if they want to plug
Oh,
anything.
you
you're
guys
such a dick.
Real quick before while they're talking to Casper.
Stranger Things on Netflix, season 3.
Well, it's going to yes. It says yes, I think.
They want to plug something.
Yeah.
Oh God! Well, by the time they spell it out, we'll have 10 more episodes.
What would you like to say?
www.
Interviews with everyday people.
Pat Roberts.
Yeah, what if the ghost of Pat Roberts?
Even dead.
And while we're mucking around with this, is there any topics that you guys would be
Yes.
interested in? We have 9 people who are. You guys are fucking saints by hanging out here
yes.
this whole time.
Is there any
And,
ghost stories?
Yeah, is there
Even local or big time? A monster, a cryptid,
Yeah.
alien
Anything
thing,
that you would like to see.
any type of alien
person?
abduction or
Mhm.
story.
Yeah, is there any type of topics that you guys want to see us cover? Also, still
'Cause
wording.
I picked the Polybius, so
Yeah.
it's not my
Yeah.
turn.
So one of the things we have coming soon too is the. Did you just change? Okay. At the whole time I was like, oh my god, I never turned the other mic on. We are working on a possible episode at the Yingling Mansion.
Mhm.
Speaking of Yingling beer, so
Like
we're
the
going to be
best
doing
beer ever. If we're gonna do the Union Mansion,
Chesterfield.
the best beer.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so
I have nothing but kind words to say.
so we're possibly going to be at the Yingling Mansion soon.
Look.
Oh, EMF! Look at that.
Oh,
That's
shit.
crazy. What is
That
happening there?
EMF went up all the way.
Oh my God,
almost.
what
Look
the
at that. That
fuck?
is a spike in electromagnetic field that's right here.
And
And
did
it
it
just
stop
stopped.
over anything? I can't see.
No, it's
It
just
stopped at Ouija.
it's going.
All right,
It's
now it's
going.
moving. We've channeled something. We got something going on
Yeah,
here.
Put them in a little closer.
Yeah.
That's all my
Yeah,
electro.
it's
That's my,
it's sliding
that's
around
my
here.
telekinesis. I'm the electromagnifier. I'm gonna move the electromagnetic field with my mind.
Yeah.
and make
With
that
the
I'm
the-
Magneto.
the hyper, what's it called? The effect that we say.
Odometer.
We have a number there.
Idiometer.
What's it saying?
Goodbye.
It's on goodbye. On
Oh.
B.
All right, it left. So it didn't
Well-
want to talk to us.
Thank you
Goodbye.
for your
Alright,
time.
Goodbye.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye and thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye and thank you.
We tried.
Yeah.
Nothing wanted to talk to us
It
tonight.
said
Move a little bit though.
how about
I beat Corona.
how about
what I
the
did.
Philadelphia experiment? I don't know much about
The
the
Philadelphia experience was an experiment where they tried to dabble in time travel.
Is
and
it
that
really?
The boat disappeared for I believe it was 1 minute or something. Came back and there
Yeah.
was human bodies like stuck through walls and stuff because it
Yep.
went through the dimension. It's pretty cool.
All right, I like that
All right,
topic.
I say goodbye. You say goodbye.
Yep.
All right. We have to close
Haunted,
it.
Bye bye,
You d-
guys.
Yeah, you might want to.
Haunted
say bye,
Orphanage
too.
in
Because-
Gettysburg. Goodbye. Thank you for.
That, I mean,
What you
there is a
gave.
lot of
Goodbye.
so like with that, there is a lot of stuff going on around it, but it was inconsistent.
But it was very-
It was inconsistent, and it wasn't
Yeah.
just like a steady stream and everything.
Yeah, like
so
if
that
it's
was
if it's here,
Yeah, it picks up.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's not really doing anything there.
but
It-
yeah,
it will
if you
go
put
by
it, yeah, the
the
computer
computers
will,
pick it up
yeah.
on it. It's
If you're
yellow
by the
there.
computer, it will.
or if you have a pacemaker or something like that.
Yeah.
you know.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
The wooden keg.
If you're
and
Magneto.
Molly McGuire. Is the wooden keg haunted?
Apparently, they said that because there's a tunnel in the back that goes up to the church, and they would hide the Irish people. You know,
Oh
whatever.
shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd
Oh,
be
I would
cool.
love to do that.
Yeah.
I am Irish,
So they
that would
could
be
hide the
awesome.
Irish people in, like
we
the
have
church.
we have
bring them
an
down to the bar.
interrupted stream here. It's
Okay.
buffering. Yeah.
You want to close out then?
If
We'll
anyone
just
knows anyone
finish
who
up
owns
then.
the wooden
I'll give it
keg,
a try.
I'll be down to go there and do that. Philadelphia. I like this Philadelphia experiment. We'll do that for next week. We'll do
Yeah.
or not next week,
Next
but
time.
Next time.
Next
after
Next
Gettysburg.
time.
yeah.
Next time. Oh.
So yeah, Wendy, you picked it. You picked we'll do that
Thanks,
one.
Mom. We all
Um,
love you here on the street.
The haunted orphanage in Origsburg. So here's the thing: if it's
Oh, we should do that. My brother used to work there. I
Now,
can ask
here's
him
the
if
thing.
he
They
had
actually
any
did have a
experiences.
haunted thing in there last year, like a haunted hayride type thing.
Mm.
But
the
inside,
Origsburg?
yeah.
so if you guys know any local places, and you may know people who can get us into them, definitely let us know, and we will try to we'll reach out, or if you guys can do reach out and be like, hey, this podcast is really cool. You should see if they want to come up and do.
Yeah.
Well, we're 100% down to going places.
Yeah, I mean, some people. Rich talked about the witch's chair. And
The witch's chair.
Which
I
we
was
kinda
the
talked about.
Ringtown. Yeah, the Ringtown witch would be cool.
Mhm.
I know we're gonna possibly talk to the lady who owns the witch's store in Shenandoah.
Yeah, Patty.
I feel bad at calling it the witch's store.
No, and you say that every time, but she calls it the witch's store.
Okay.
Yeah, I
so.
think a lot of them. Do.
I know she has had a lot of stuff going on like lately on her Facebook and everything. There was somebody that had worked there and like for a while, and then there was a lot of theft that happened that she
Oh,
found
that
out. So like
sucks.
she's using like
Aw.
yeah, it sucks.
People
But
should be.
I'll reach out to her because I don't want to push anything on her right now. But I'll let her know that we're definitely interested.
Yeah, so we'll do
Give her
we'll do
some
the
good
Philadelphia.
good PR.
We'll do the Philadelphia experiment, and then we'll maybe when we come back after that one, we will do a maybe another local story.
Yeah.
And if we can get in the location and physically do the local story,
Mm-hmm.
that would be cool.
That would be
I wish
so
there was
great.
local cryptids, but like we got a squonk, and that's about
Squonk!
it.
I love
mean,
my
There
it's-
is
Squonk.
a there
Bigfoot.
is a Bigfoot group in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but I looked
There
at the
is,
one
yeah.
in the one that I was in Facebook hasn't been updated in like 3 years.
Yeah.
like no one posted.
if anyone knows, also if anyone knows any local ghost hunting teams, let them know too.
Yeah.
We'd be interested to talk to them.
Yeah.
Obviously, with now we have a full, or there's 4 of us, so we can only really interview one or 2 more people at the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if anyone knows anybody, like I said, reach out. Like if you guys want content,
We'll do it.
you guys can reach out and talk to the people too. It helps. It like I think that's how
Yeah, I know a guy.
the
Mhm.
Yingling Mansion kind of came out about that way. Somebody said, "Yo, you guys should do it," and they kind of reached out through you and through me.
Sweet.
So yeah,
Dick England himself.
yeah. Tori, got anything to plug?
Yep. My on my new Facebook page that I made for Bewitched
I
and
have to put
Clover
that in the links,
Designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can follow me on not just Instagram now, but on Facebook. And I just within having a day up reached 106 people now. So
Wow,
so
that's great.
thank you everybody. And I do my tarot card reading. So
Yeah.
there's that.
And
What?
Oh, that's us here design.
Well, she has.
Oh.
Well, she does have. Like I said, we do.
I was
have,
like, what do you?
Yeah, I was
what-
like, wait a minute,
You,
Becky,
you
so
gonna
she's
plug
talking about-
something for me?
We do have.
and you make wood carvings on the side.
Yeah.
We do have Bree's logo coming, so she can
Yes.
have her. It's a fairy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll have the fairy logo, which we'll add to the thing. We'll get that one updated, and then we also have a Ouija board one where it's
Oh,
going to be like a
yes.
cast.
It's gonna
that-
be us at the Ouija.
Yeah.
with
So
actual spirits.
So,
behind
and then
us.
once again, if the
Actual-
people who are listening, if you want to get the Meddling Kids one where it looks like Scooby Doo,
which is
if
a very
you-
cool one.
if you want to
Yes.
get the kitty, if you want to get any of our last
Meow,
guests,
meow.
or if you want to get this logo that's on the board right now, get it now because at the end of the month they're all
It's
gone.
gone.
They're all gone, and that goes for a lot of our shows. So if you do watch like Tornado Tag or Not Cool in High School, all those most of those logos, all the old ones are going because Tori's new art is going to take over as the predominant thing. When we do have a guest on, the guest logos are only going to be there for a month. When we
That was him yawning.
That
I
was
think.
him
Oh,
yawning.
I thought my neighbors were out there sawing stuff again. So
thought
if
it was
you
the ghost
on
on the
this
spirit
video,
box.
if you go to the if
Or
you click
spirit,
on the
excuse me.
the arrow down,
I'll-
it will
I'll-
pull up all of our links.
I'll send it to you.
And then it'll say Truth Behind Illusion links. If you click that, it'll open up another page and it'll say like merch page, donations, Instagram, Facebook, and then it'll take you to all that stuff. Also, trying to think what else here. We had an offer code for that, but the offer code is no longer. We had offer code Spooky, but it's no longer valid. We will have one for like Thanksgiving or Black Friday. The problem is the most I can do is 10% off because our prices are already to the point where we really don't make anything off the merch because we want more people to kind of wear it and not. It's we don't make as much as we would normally would if we put the prices where are recommended.
Yeah.
So if
Because
we
we
do
want
it,
you guys to wear it.
yeah, because if we do anything more than a 10% discount, we literally have to pay for every time someone orders something. So we can't technically go super high with discounts, but we can do free shipping. So we will maybe around Thanksgiving we'll do another free shipping code. But yeah, if you want the merchandise, get it now. It's going, and then we'll have the new 4 faces, and then we'll also have the Ouija board episode, which is kind of like I said, the start of the show. Now we have a full cast. What you're seeing now is the cast of the show.
Yes.
And like I said, stay on the like page, stay on the community page, and when the new show comes out, we'll definitely prepare you guys for it. As of right now, we can tell you the next episode is going to be about Gettysburg.
Yep.
It's going to be about our experience at Gettysburg, and that will come out Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
Yes. So
So
get ready for that
exciting.
one. Yeah.
And just to kind of say, I had this on while we were here, and it has not moved. Just saying.
Spooky, spooky.
Yeah.
That's
the
right.
Gettysburg episode, Andy Hare will be hanging out with us.
Mhm.
Rish will be hanging out with
Yeah,
us,
I think
and
Rish is
Rish's brother is
Yeah.
going to be hanging
Yeah.
out with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
It's going to be a lot of people will probably be sharing microphones.
No rotating it now.
Yeah. It's going to be
Like,
fun. We're going to. Yeah,
Okay.
we're all gonna be talking. Tori's link. If you just search "Bewitched
In Clover Designs.
In Clover Designs on Facebook. You'll
Mhm.
find it there.
Yeah.
And I will put her link below. It's not there right now, but I will put it there.
Yeah. If you go to my page, I probably shared a bunch of stuff on
Yeah.
there. So.
Yeah, you're gonna need a bigger table. Well, where we are going literally is a giant. The house that we rented has a giant rec room with giant, huge.
Because
circular tables.
it was
Cool.
a Boy Scout, or it is like a Boy Scout.
Yeah,
like,
so
place.
the tables,
okay.
the tables that are there are gonna be perfect for us. We'll have
Mhm.
a very
Good
large
time.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
bringing that Ouija
Yo,
board
right? Is
again.
it past your
Yeah,
bedtime?
yeah.
Bree, what do you got
Okay.
to plug?
Knuckle in high school.
Oh,
Nailed
yeah.
it. Knuckle High School, which will be tomorrow at 9:00.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 9:00.
Insidious.
Hey, now.
We'll talk about the movie Insidious.
Hey now.
Yep.
Is that
Best
the one
horror
when
movie
Darth
ever.
Maul pops up in the
Yes.
background?
Yes.
That's
yes.
ridiculous.
That's
If
I
you're
think
scared
it's
of
more
that,
fun.
you're an idiot.
I think it's creatively really nice.
You could watch
I
Phantom
love
Menace
it.
and be like, oh.
It's a nice little jump scare, but at the same time.
Insidious is actually on the list. I went and looked at a bunch of different places. It's on a lot of top 10
Well,
best horror movies of our time
That's
list.
because it is.
even
little bit of a
horror movie
in
it's
the
a
ever.
land,
it's
in
a
the
good
land
movie.
of the blind, the man with one eye is king. So
I don't
best
think-
of the worst isn't saying
I
much.
don't, I don't think so much the demon is the scariest part of the movie. I think just the idea of what's happening.
That's what I was gonna say. Yes.
I
the
think
idea that you can lose your body to a bunch of creeper veil ghosts.
If I
is
lose my body
insane.
to Darth Maul coming up behind the couch like this, then I deserve to lose it.
I think that
How
the
about a
woman.
creepy old lady?
Yeah.
I think the old lady is creepier than the demon.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah, that old lady bride. Oh,
If I was Star Wars, I would have sued.
yeah.
Like, this is a little too close.
it is very close. Maybe they have permission.
Yeah.
Maybe they have permission.
And then Andy will be joining us not next tomorrow, but the following.
Yeah,
Knuckle High
whatever
School.
topic you decide to do.
Yeah, we'll figure that out
Harry
tomorrow.
Potter,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, we are doing Harry
Yes.
Potter.
I thought
The
it was
second Harry Potter.
Second
Harry Potter 2.
Chamber of Secrets.
Are they on any
Right.
streaming devices?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure someone has them on DVD.
Oh, Hulu.
Are they? Oh, okay.
Hulu. Yep. It's the
So
second
if you
Harry
haven't
Potter.
seen the first one, you have to watch the first one
No,
too.
I don't.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh, you're like it so good.
I've never seen any of them.
Movie night.
Oh,
movie
Yeah.
It's
night.
so good.
It's not terrible.
I can't say anything. I've never seen them. So
I know. You
It's-
guys.
it's-
That's why you
I-
gotta
I
I
watch it.
watched-
can't say up or down.
I watched it. It's not horrible.
It's not Halloween
No,
time.
it's better than Halloween
It's
Town.
beautiful. It's
So good.
beautiful. It's such a
And
great
we did
story.
Better
promise.
than Terminator 2.
We did promise Alexis that we will do
Yes.
Each Harry.
the next Harry Potter.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
said
oh,
each Harry
okay.
Potter for her. No. you
yeah.
didn't
Well,
do
we're gonna eventually get through all of them.
You
but
just did
we-
the
Just
first
not
one,
in a
right?
row.
Like, couple
Just the
years ago?
first one,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do Harry Potter
This time, Harry's
after
a
Insidious.
recovering alcoholic.
Yeah. Andy, what do you got to
His
play?
wife to roast him. I just gotta keep going on what I think is gonna happen. That'd be a whole episode where you tell me a movie name that I haven't seen, and I
And
tell you
you
what I
go
think
for
it
it.
is.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
Outbreak Wrestling on YouTube, and
Mhm.
then Pro Wrestling Empire on YouTube. YouTube shows that are coming up that I may or may not be on.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you can also see him
Yeah.
if you like pro wrestling at Tornado Tag
Yes.
Podcast.
Yes.
Yes, which is all in the links.
This week we're talking about SummerSlam. No, Survivor Series
1990. The
1990.
Undertaker's debut, and also the Gobbledygooker's debut.
Yeah. The
Gobbledygook.
Yeah.
the
That's a
debut
weird one.
of
It's-
the
it's as
Undertaker.
bad as it
That's
sounds.
that sounds
I
like a
don't
Harry
even know.
Carey thing.
I don't even know.
Gobbledygook.
It
Oh,
was-
that sounded more Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Gooker.
Once again, thank you guys so much for
All
hanging out
right.
with us. Here is some
Thank
Max
you.
Bolton doing
Thank
our
you,
cool little theme
everybody.
song. Bye bye.
The truth behind illusion. When you are walking down a dark road, when you don't believe what you see, when your eyes deceive you and play tricks on you. When you see an unfamiliar face in the mirror,